Hello! Welcome to Superhero Shenanigans on Don't Kill My Characters. I am Claude, your GM. We are running Mutants and Masterminds 3rd edition by Green Ronin Publishing, and you can find me on Threads at Curly Insane Guy. I also do a little bit of streaming here on Twitch, and yeah, we're gonna pass it to Sam. Go ahead and take it, and you get to choose who to pass it to after that.
All right. I'm Sam. I play Bertrum Blithley here on the show. A detective who shrinks very small, who's also a pacifist, so it makes combat fun. Um, Grant, why don't you go ahead and do some stuff too?
Hey everybody, I'm Grant, at Naerdith on most socials out there. Huge nerd and geek. Love chatting about that, so feel free to hit me up if you ever want to. And I'm playing Revenant, who's a shadow controller who gets a little moody once in a while. But we work through it. Next, Yuri.
Hello. Hi, everybody. My name is Yuri. That is Y-U-R-I, pronounced she, they. Y'all can go ahead and find me at Yuri and the Beast absolutely everywhere. And here in Superhero Shenanigans, I'm playing a warrior bird princess from space called Quillekikiokalee. She's just running away from some things and trying to have a good time on this new planet with these new people. And I'll pass it over to Tasha.
Hello, like she said, my name is Natasha. You can find me on Instagram by Natasha B Cosplays and here on Twitch as Natty Batty Games. I go by she, her pronouns, and so does my character Slipstream, aka Tally Archer, or I don't think I've ever said her full name, but Talita da Costa Archer, a speedster who runs maybe sometimes a bit too fast for her own good, according to last episode, but we'll see if that becomes an actual problem in the future or if she'll just continue to run away from any problem that she has to face.
Sounds like a winning plan for dealing with problems. Just keep running like that. Nothing can ever catch up to you that way, and I
It's the Dory.
firmly support and endorse that.
Mhm.
Grant has very bravely volunteered to give a recap of last episode, which was actually GM'd by Sam here. I say gesturing, having no idea where he is in relation to my hands. But yeah, Grant, take away the intro.
Alrighty. In our last issue of Superhero Shenanigans, titled Flights and Phantasms, a new hero, Quillekikiokalee, Quill for short, flew into the scene, literally to foil a heist. From our perspective, Quill appears to be part human and part avian. We learn that Quill is a princess from the planet Avis. The team presented a mysterious box to Quill, given to them by a wounded stranger desperate that the princess should have it. Upon opening it, our heroes were transported to experience their deepest hopes and fears. Raven encountered her missing father, who was presumed dead from an explosion. Slipstream experienced running at uncontrollable speeds, unable to slow down. Marley saw a world engulfed in flames and her loved ones in danger. While Quill believes they had been crowned the leader of Avis, with her people cheering them on for further conquests. However, the will of our heroes proved stronger than these false visions. They broke the spell that kidnapped their minds to reveal the villain responsible, a being intent on killing the princess. There was no doubt that our heroes would emerge victorious. As the ranks of our hero squad grows, so do the challenges they face. Marley grapples with her connection to the Eye of Chaos, a relic that makes thoughts real and keeps drawing her closer. Her struggle caused concern within the team, especially after a maniacal outburst triggered by the day's events. She finally confides in Raven and expresses her desire to rid the world and herself of this artifact. Welcome, citizens, to the adventures of the Defenders of Emerald City. Welcome to
Superhero
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans. Thank you, Grant.
Well-oiled
You get
machine.
an extra hero point to start the game, and everyone else, you do get your standard 1 hero point as we kick things off. It has been a couple of days since the wild adventures that the heroes faced last issue. Bertrum, I believe you said that you were hoping to look into the Eye of Chaos a little bit. What avenues are you taking to do so?
So after the whole situation with Marley getting a little worse, going to his house, almost stealing it again, he has decided to start looking into the Eye of Chaos, researching it, learning it, doing his detective-y thing. So right now he is going through Raven's libraries because she has a lot of information about relics and stuff. He doesn't really want to bring anyone into this right now because he's worried if it's affecting Marley like this, it might affect someone else like this as well.
So is he keeping this from the rest of the team as well, or just no one outside of that core group? What is...
Yeah, he's not necessarily being super like, I won't tell anyone, but he's not telling anyone. So he hasn't.
Right, he's not
mentioned
asking
any
for
of the
assistance
others.
on it. Gotcha.
Yeah, he's being a little vague, but he's not, if it's ever come up. But he's
Okay.
just concerned for everyone.
The library is an absolute treasure trove of information about magical artifacts. This particular artifact is a bit more elusive and may not be strictly magical. It's hard to say because the history of it is so vague. You would probably have to get someone to take a closer look, but I will still allow an investigation check as you go through the library to see what we can get into.
Okay, investigation. That is a 16.
A 16. So it's not so much that the library isn't organized, but the organization that exists confounds the mind just a touch. It's because of how magic works generally, referencing it is difficult, and a lot of these books speak in sort of vagaries because magic is not fully understood and many are skeptical of it. So a lot of notes on things like magical occurrences are like just word of mouth and people making conjecture about what it could be and not necessarily giving concrete facts about what it is. You have narrowed down kind of like a stack of books to go through again that have to do with orbs in general. Because I don't know if you know, but magic folk are sort of predisposed to pondering the orb.
I'm well aware.
Yeah, as the memes foretold. And yeah, so that you've narrowed it down, so future investigation checks on it will benefit from having narrowed it down in the future. But with the 16, you've just kind of barely gained ground on that. And yeah, you do have a sneaking suspicion that it might not be magical, although people still could make that assumption. So it's yeah.
Okay.
We'll jump to Slipstream. What have you been doing in the 2 days since?
So I probably would have gone to check in on the guy brought to Aegis, having realized it was definitely the person that attacked us later, and just to make sure he didn't hurt anyone at Aegis as well.
Gotcha. Oh, good call on that. No, but everyone that you asked seems really confused and like they don't really
Don't worry
remember
about
taking
it.
anyone
It's
in specifically.
Forget about it. It's been dealt with.
They like kind of. You can tell they're gonna like look into this more later because they're like, why was she so set that like someone could have been hurt and that she was here? They just completely don't remember that, as if their memories have been altered. But that was a really quick thing you were able to do shortly after.
Yeah.
Have you been doing anything else as far as perhaps helping Quill get accustomed to this world?
Yes, that's what I was going to do next. So in terms of work, day to day, she gets her work done pretty quick. She works in fashion, but she's just starting out. So she does a lot of editing of like articles and stuff like that, but not even like, oh, here's a big change. It's make sure all the grammar's right, make sure the formatting's okay. But because of her super speed, it's remote and she's able to get it done very quickly. So
Nice.
she can worry about being a superhero for the rest of the day. She just gets essentially what she assumes is a day's work done.
Seems about a dayish.
It's like a normal person day. Great. Let me go do my thing.
Hell yeah! I just realized how well remote work works in the superhero genre. For like, oh, that's a really easy way to solve things. For that question of how they get anything done. Cool. So how has introducing Emerald City been? That's both of you.
Yeah. So I think I would have definitely taken her around down to the docks area to kind of show off the sea. I would have asked her a lot about Avis, about like what kind of terrain most of the planet's made up of, to see if there's anything like maybe unique to Earth that I could introduce them to. For like, oh, maybe they wouldn't have had a chance to see this kind of thing on Avis. Let me show them something new so that they have something interesting to see while here.
Yeah, so a lot of people would assume there'd be a lot of trees, but it's not just ground and forests. If you think of like Avatar, where it's like these pillars of rocks that kind of like jutting out, and they will have trees on them, and they grow on the hard rock. And so the nests and the homes aren't like bird nests here. They're homes, but they are on these tall pillars of rock, and there's oceans underneath, right? So they would have been very happy being taken to the docks. They would have probably asked you if you could run fast enough to be on the water.
Yeah, and she'd show that off. She'd like do a little lap there and back.
And so we would have just been doing laps. They would have definitely asked about their favorite foods that they tasted from the menagerie of foods that you got for them last time, and would have asked you to like show them where you got it from. Yeah. And because they can fly very, very fast as well, because that's what they do, they fly. And so we would have made our way kind of around. So you would have started just trying to show them around this city, and we would have ended up taking a mini tour, probably taking like 2 or 3 days, and we kind of saw everything because we can.
Nice. Has there been anything, I'll let you kind of decide, that you have been really surprised by in this Earth? And then for fun, if you'd like to say that you like met someone that you've like can talk to, or just like made a friend, you are free to create one right now if you want. If not, you can just think about it for later. But
I wouldn't say there is a place on Earth that has similar rock formations, and it's kind of what I'm basing a lot of. It's where they filmed some of the movie Avatar, and where I'm basing some of these things. Yeah, and so they would have been so incredibly happy and would have been like, it's kind of like this, but sort of a little different.
Like
I'm very happy that they show them something that is similar. They would have been so taken back by the vast flatness of some of our deserts and just things like that, where it's like there is literally nothing but flat for miles and miles and miles, and they'd have been like, this is uncomfortable, let's go somewhere else.
Would have definitely like showed you, like, I was thinking the same thing of like something similar to Avis and something that you're like, this isn't there. I'm like, great, I'm taking
blown
to Death Valley, and then we'll go to China to like Zhangjiajie, like to like go see those mountains.
Yeah, and it's kind of like, as a bird, when you're attacked, a lot of it is like dodging around and objects, and the people of Avis are very small, and so they dart around and use their wings, and so being out on the open like that is just like, this might be fun for you because you could just run and not hit anything, but not me. So yeah, I don't know about meeting people. It would have probably been if you showed them, they would have probably asked, because you mentioned the first time, or the first fight, hey, there is this group, we take these bad people and they take care of them.
Mhm.
Like, don't worry about, we just got to capture them and give them to this group of people, which they would have asked about it and asked to have been shown, like, where do all the bad people get taken to. And so they would have just gone around and like talked to everybody, and like the receptionist, the everything, like, hi. And
Whoever wasn't
so,
behind security that you could actually go up to.
yeah, absolutely. And so they would, I guess, would definitely be aware of their presence and who they are and all of that, because they would have asked to see who this kind of like task force or is, right?
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Now I have stuff to work with, so I appreciate that very much.
Love it.
I'm like, oh, ideas are forming. Yeah. So let's check in on one other person, and then I believe the group was getting together for something. So, what has Revenant? Revenant was gone for a vacation, correct?
Yep. It started off, I went with Lance, my boyfriend. I kind of tricked him. We started in Greece. That was the vacation part. And then I roped him into playing Indiana Jones in Budapest. Which at first he was not happy about. But he grew to like it. And he kind of got a little excited about it. And then finally came back. I think I was gone for about 2 weeks. And came back with the spell book we're hoping will help illuminate my past, possibly, with my powers, but we're not sure yet. We're still looking into it. But I got back to everybody not really talking, which has been very frustrating for me. I get back to the Raven's mansion, and she's in her vaults all the time. She isn't coming out. She's dealing with some stuff. Marley is frustrated, and she's kind of giving me one-word answers over text. And so I'm just kind of like, okay, what did I do? I guess I won't go on vacations anymore.
To be fair, we've all had friends that have gone on vacation, and just the jealousy, it's like, oh, we're a little mad about it. So since you've been back, Lance has been swamped at work too, because 2 weeks off is hard to take, and he managed to do it, but now he's kind of paying the price.
Yeah, and Raven did call me at one point and explain everything that happened, kind of venting, but that's kind of all I had, and I've been talking to Bertrum about it, and using Bertrum as kind of a pseudo-therapist in the meantime. Just, it was Lance's idea. He said I should probably talk to people about all my lovely issues. So he's been like trying to work with me on my temper.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how's that been going? Like, what have you shared about your issues with the mask and everything?
I still don't know where it came from. Like, he knows that there are voices in my head, like the whispers, and they get louder when certain things happen. But he basically got a full download of my past, which it was a trauma dump. And I kind of bounce ideas off him, especially with trying to deal with my sister, because she's been a little bit more, after I had attacked her in the media unjustly for once.
This time, I mean it. Yeah, it's.
She's been a little more vocal about attacking me in the media and having her minions hit up my socials and.
Yeah, there's been a lot of that. A lot of people just like kind of negatively responding to everything you post. But you're also getting like defended a lot more than you're used to by the people of Emerald City. It seems like it's been one of those cases where absence made the heart grow fonder, because since you've been back, you've been a lot more like celebrated a little bit in Emerald City, which is pretty neat. But you've also found immediately that, along with like, no, like don't talk trash about Revenant. You know, our city's got some really cool heroes. There's Revenant, and they start mentioning there's Slipstream, which is a name that comes out of nowhere, and then maybe like there's one person that chimes in with like, I don't know, guys, I always thought the Speck was pretty cool. Very, very hometown hero vibes, you know, like he's looking out for the little guy is a really fun phrase they like saying. And that's how they say they look out for him too. They're like, he's looking out for the little guy, and we look out for like the little guy.
Yeah, you don't want to
so-
step on him.
They're actively looking out to not squish you, but also they've got your back, that sort of thing. But yeah, you've your popularity has had a bit of a surge since you've been back.
Yay.
How's that for your ego? For
Oh, it's not good.
It's good for the ego itself, and that it's very well fed, but it's not good for what it does to you.
Bertrum has had sessions with me where he just stares at me like, get me out of this. Is the hour up yet? Is the hour up yet?
And since he's no longer like actually professionally working as a therapist, he doesn't have to hold back from too many statements. He's just a nice guy.
Yeah, it's not healthy to give too many. You still gotta listen and reflect. You can't make too many comments. It's still not healthy for the conversation.
But yeah, on this particular day, it has been agreed upon just throughout the week in the group that you would all get together and kind of sort of a temperature check on, oh, hey, there's new people, there's new, like, like actually getting to meet everyone. And yeah, Revenant, you've been kind of out of the loop for a bit. Like, you were in some group chats, but you were missing a lot of context for, you know, people would be like, oh yeah, with what happened at the fake house. And you're like, the fake house? What does that even mean? So yeah, you're back. And where are you all meeting? I did not ask you this in advance, so I was just what will you agree upon? I'm sorry, I'm just flying with you guys, deciding a lot of the scene setting today.
I know Quillek's been staying at Raven's place in the backyard, in a big nest. But maybe to not bother Raven and keep using her home, Slipstream might offer like this little restaurant where she knows the owner by the docks. She wouldn't say the part where she lives. I think the district is called the Cannery in the Emerald City book. That's in the area-ish where she lives.
Gotcha.
But she knows a little spot there where it's like, this guy just owns it, and I don't know how. No one can be there for years, and he will not close down. So we can just meet there. It tends to be empty around this time of day.
Yeah, Quillek's just like food. Nice.
Yeah, and it's like a spot where it's like he's like the fisherman. It's like him and like his sons like are the fishermen. So like they just bring back and like they serve whatever fish for the day, and once they're done, they close the shop.
They love fish, so this is perfect. This is like hell yeah.
Finally. Yeah. So yeah, you all meet there. Are people going in costumes? My other question for those of you who have them.
Not me.
So everyone in this group is pretty public with their sharing identities, except for Slipstream. It's the one that's like not fully known to the public in her private persona.
Knowing this little spot and knowing I probably could have, I don't know if you need me to roll a persuasion check for it or anything, to ask him to be like, hey, can you just not let anyone else in for this amount of time, then she would go out of costume.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a persuasion check for it.
Oh, that is cocked. You know, sometimes it falls right in the little like divot of the logo.
Oh. I don't have one with a logo on the inside, so yeah. It's weird.
Plus 10. Not a great roll at all. 14.
14. He's like, hey man, I'm sorry. We're this is kind of a busy time of day for us, so we want to make sure to keep as many rooms open. Like, we do have kind of a private area, but if you didn't pre-book it, like, we'll probably have a decent crowd today. So yeah, sorry about that.
Okay.
No private room.
I still would go. She'd go in costume then, I think.
In costume, cool. Yeah, and that's not an unusual sight for the people in Emerald City. So yeah, totally normal. You get there first. Do you?
Yeah. I
was gonna
could.
say, you kind of invited everyone there, so yeah.
Yeah, I'm a good host.
Good call. And everyone gets there at roughly the same time, unless someone has a strong preference for getting there before everyone. Yeah, so you would all get there. Slipstream is set up, has already picked a table. There's rolls. They've got these, nice breadsticks that they do. They seem very... They don't really fit the fish aesthetic of everything else, and they definitely seem like this is just like bought in bulk and reheated kind of ones. But hey, it's free as long as you're buying a meal. So yeah, you get there, and yeah, what is the conversation like today?
Hey, I'm sorry, I don't know your real name, and it feels weird to be like, it's the Revenant when you're not in costume.
It was Travis.
Travis.
Yes, I'm well aware of you. You've bumped me from a couple of interviews this week.
Oh. There were other people. Oh, I didn't know that there were other people competing for interviews then. I'm sorry. And it's like also kind of taking pictures of all the food to like make an Instagram post later of this spot. She's like, I came in costume, I can do this. This is Quillekikiokalee.
Just fish in hand, like.
I think this is like a market style thing where they also just sell the whole fish too if you're not coming in to buy the soup. So if you would like a full on like fish, you can also
just
definitely
a fish.
take that.
Even if it was cooked, I think like if it can be eaten with the hands. It's like, why?
Then it will be. Yeah, why would you
Right, not
add
like
something into the
soup and
mix?
stuff,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But it doesn't make sense. It's like so unnecessary.
Why
Look at all
add a
these
middleman
unnecessary
to
things. Exactly. I love that. Yes. And so just fish in hand, they're like, oh, hello. And they just hold out a fish to you.
I'll take it.
Nice. And they seem to like that. That is good. And they just grab another one.
These two are other heroes from the city. This is the Revenant, and this is the Speck. I actually was interested in talking to you, Bertrum, because we fought some people that also had a shrinking gun.
Holds out a fish to the Speck too.
Oh, thank you. He takes it, and he takes a bite just like you are. No middleman.
Without the rice.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. I do like rice, but I can eat it on the side. You wear like a jacket and a silly little visor on his eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's Micro. I deal with him sometimes.
Yeah, they had a couple of interesting people in their group. There's one speedster and one equipment sports guy.
Oh,
and then a phasing person.
Yeah, they all get together a lot, trying to do things. Sounds like you guys did a lot to them.
Yeah, it was fine. They were easy.
Yeah.
Regular updates whenever your specific rogues are taken in. Like you are well aware of their status at any point about, unless they've broken out, then you don't know where they are. But if they're in custody, you are able to easily track what's going on with that 100%. Slipstream, as you're wrapping up explaining that to Bertram, you get a text message from Emmy.
I look what it is.
Yeah, she just says, "Hey babe, left in a hurry this morning. Forgot to take out the trash." It is
Yeah.
Tuesday, which is garbage day in
Mhm.
Emerald City.
Okay. I just text back, done. Have a good day.
Thanks. And then
And I send
like
a lot of little hearts, just like each color.
I was about to say, and then before that was like just random memes that she sent you from work
Yeah.
when there's free time and she's able to
Mhm.
scroll. Yeah, so you get that. You hear, yeah. Oh, do you go to speed off to take care of the trash, or? I guess
I'll go and
you
do
can
that.
kind of do
real
it
quick.
any
I'll be
kind
like,
of day.
I'll be right back. I need to go take out the trash at home. Apparently, my partner forgot, so I'll be right back.
So, Quill, you're from a culture it's all about war and fighting people?
No.
Oh. Alright, so what's your home world like then?
Well, unlike your friends, I'm assuming. And she's talking about the guys they fought because Slipstream made it seem like this guy knows them, so she's assuming they're friends. Well, unlike your friends, we do things honorably, and we don't steal from each other. And if you want something that somebody else has and they won't give it to you, you fight them for it.
Ah,
Exactly.
okay, yeah.
See? But no stabbing in the back and no stealing and running, and that is so cowardly.
Does
You
sound
hear
like a lot of...
I didn't hear what you said, the last thing you said.
Sorry, you hear a like as you're doing this conversation, there's like the loud beeping of a truck backing up in the background of the scene. It is a large garbage truck. It's a
Gross.
garbage day. It's just and it's picking up right now in the middle of base time, which is loud and frustrating. And amongst the squeals of the machinery lifting and everything, roll a perception check, everyone. This is specifically a hearing-based one, so special vision does not help on this.
Perception.
Ugh.
I have a dirty 20.
14.
16.
All right. 15 and above, you would be able to make out that there is, it sounds like someone screaming down the docks, like a shout, and just kind of like a scuffle happening.
My head will perk. And I'll go, looks like our lunch might be interrupted. Something's going on at the docks.
And y'all are basically like connected to the docks. Y'all are like right on it, on the edge of it. So it's somewhere like down the pier, essentially.
Yeah, we might go take a look.
Did you need another ride?
Is it that far away?
Nah, you could probably run there.
Sure. I'm tired. A lot of late nights lately.
Okay. As I stand up, the skull mask comes down and the cloak kind of comes around and floats like it's in water. And be like, duty calls.
And
I'll,
there's
look at my shoulder.
and of course there's people in the restaurant that are instantly just like locked onto you. They've got cameras out because they're like, oh snap, he was doing the suit up. Like he's doing the thing. And they're just like kind of follow you out of the store a little bit and are trying to see what's going on too.
Quill.
Yes.
It sounds like there are people in trouble. So we're gonna go stop bad guys. If you want to
So
come.
I think this was something that she would have, like, they would have asked Slipstream about this, right? Like, getting involved in other people's fights is not something that they're used to. Like, you hear people doing these things, and so I think they would have explained that a lot of the time these people are doing dishonorable things. They are stealing, they are hurting people who can't fight back, and that's a huge thing for them. And it's like, it's not the type of fighting that they're used to witnessing, right? And so it's kind of like they look down at their food and they grab a fish because they use their wings and their arms are free, so they could be eating one on their way. They're just like, I hope it doesn't take too long. And then just get up and follow y'all out.
Oh, and then I would go like, oh, hold on, I'll run in and give some money to the guy. Like, this should cover it. If you can hold it for a little bit, we should be back.
Yeah, they haven't figured out money yet. It's the bill.
Slipstream, you would be getting you get back like from that quick run. You're instantly back as they're getting up from the table.
Mm-hmm. Hey.
We heard someone may be in trouble over in the docks.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah. I left my jacket at our table so no one else will sit there.
Smart.
Have to write it up as a work expense whenever that thing goes missing. Yeah, so you get to the pier. It's really close by, and what you see immediately is there are people running from the edge of it. There is a sort of weird, gangly figure that seems composed entirely of garbage and like rusted metal. It's kind of like shambling along. But you see another one holding like an anchor on a chain, and they're dragging it back to them. It looks like they just threw it at a crowd of people who are all running away. Doesn't look like anyone got hit by it, but yeah, these two things are just like shambling towards them and sort of like trying to get away from the pier as well.
Like back into the water out of the pier, or
no, like in the same direction that people are running.
Okay. I'll keep a lookout for people. You guys dismantle these things?
Deal.
Something like that.
And
they don't look like. So they look. Does it look like there is a person anywhere in this thing?
It doesn't look like
Or
there's
is
a
it a
person in it.
thing?
It's
Like
like
an animated thing?
size. Yeah. But it is roughly in the shape of a human, which is maybe a little bit confusing. Yeah. So yeah, it doesn't look like there's a person underneath it. Like you definitely don't see a human face in there or anything, and the size of it implies that there couldn't be unless it was like a child. Doubtful. And by doubtful, I mean I, the GM, would not throw a child in garbage armor at you. Don't worry. At least not yet. Not until I know you all a little better. But yeah, there's it's small, but yeah, it's a little too compact to be like a normal person size. But they're moving like people. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll actually get initiatives from everyone.
Hell yeah.
So jump straight into it.
Part.
Is it your favorite part because you have a very high initiative bonus?
Hey, for once, I'm not going to be the first person.
I don't roll
We'll see.
great.
You don't know how
honestly.
everyone else rolled.
Right, I could have rolled a 1 for all you know. No initiative bonus is gonna. Wait, I did it though. So I've got a 27.
You definitely didn't.
No, I rolled a 17.
Gotcha. Slipstream.
I got a 23.
Nice. The
So
Speck.
fast.
I got a 4.
Yay!
I'm still tired.
It's like it's been a long day. Revenant.
24.
And you thought you weren't gonna go. I mean, you're still second, but I mean, a 24.
But I thought the speedster was going to beat me hands down.
I never
It's a-
rolled good in initiative.
Yeah, I was supposed to say it's a thing. Yeah, you're just a very
It's the
measured
dice.
person.
It's the dice.
Slipstream just like wants to know what's going on and then jumps in, which is
Yeah.
fine. It's a fine way to be for a speedster. And then we've got these shambling dudes that are unsurprisingly quite slow. So first up in initiative, we have Quill.
Since they're a little new to this, they're about to like jump off and like beat their wings and then just look back for like confirmation. And I'm assuming, when she gets a thumbs up, they're like, all right. And they go ahead and just flap really hard. And it looks to y'all more like a long jump kind of propelled by like a big flap of the wings than anything. As they're gonna go in to the little person and sort of attempt to do or like a charge at them using like the speed and like the momentum of their wings to knock them over.
Okay. Would you like to treat this as a trip or just an attack that's kind of flavored as knocking them down?
We will. Let's do a trip attack.
Cool.
I'm rolling. Come on.
And unless you have improved trip, this will be at a -2 for you. Just
Okay.
because it's a trip, yeah. And it'll leave them prone.
My digital dice aren't rolling. I'm gonna roll a physical one. Give me a second. Okay, that is a 15 on the die. Do I add anything?
Yes, so you will add your fighting or close combat if you've got one specifically for trip, but I don't think you do. I think it's just unarmed.
No, just unarmed. Do I add that and then subtract the...
Yeah, and then subtract the 2 from it. Yep.
It's a plus 12, so that's 27 minus 2 is a 25.
Okay, so with that, they will get to make an acrobatics or athletics check to avoid being tripped versus your athletics or acrobatics. You can choose whichever one you want. In general, I would go for the higher of the two. Because why wouldn't you?
So that is a athletics out of 14.
You got a 14? Oh wait, did you roll and add your athletics?
She got muted.
Oh, yep, you're muted.
Sorry, athletics is a plus 14. I
okay.
rolled a 9 on that, so not very good, but
23?
That's
It's
a
okay.
23.
They actually rolled pretty low too. What does a trip look like for you? Are you using a leg to sweep them, or you said you're charging into and kind of?
Yeah, I
Just
charge
bowling them
into
over?
them and just bowl them
Yeah,
over.
it surprises you because of how like small this thing is. You've recognized by now that like humans don't necessarily have the strength to size ratio that your people have because y'all are very strong. This is kind of similar. This thing is a lot stronger than it has any business being,
Interesting.
and kind of takes it at first, but then falls over on its back and is kind of, because it's not the most dexterous thing, it's kind of flailing
Like a
in a
turtle?
sort of silly way, a little turtley, somewhat
Wow.
turtle-esque.
Love it.
That brings us to Revenant.
All right. Quick question. The pier, is it like one of those scenic piers that is just flat wood out into the ocean, or is it one with all the different shops and all
This part is just the flat wood out into the ocean. There's like 2 levels to it. There's another like, it's a walk and then it goes down a little, and there's a second walk that's actually like by boats and everything, and y'all are on that top one.
Okay. I will kind of get close to the ground, and I'll kind of look around and go, 2 of you, 2 of me, and I will kind of concentrate, and my shadow will actually lift up from me and become its own entity.
All right. Using
Cool.
the summon shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. You all see a very menacing, sort of wispy, shadowy shape. It is his shadow, but it seems like it's got extra like curls and spikes that you would not see on his shadow. So it's got a little bit of its own thing going on, which I'm sure is fine and normal.
Yeah, right. Completely normal. And I'll also go in corporeal My
Okay.
shadow form. I don't know how much it's going to help here, but
Yeah. Cool beans, cool beans. And that then takes us to Slipstream.
Okay. How many people do I see that are currently like in blast radius if these guys were to do anything big?
Yeah, with the chain that the one has, if you were to swing it, there's like 3 people that are kind of probably at the chain's length. If he threw it further than that, he could hit maybe a couple more, but there's definitely people still kind of there.
Okay.
They're on their
Since-
way out, but it's
Yeah, since I have moved by action, is it possible for me to like run and pick up more than one person?
Yeah, definitely. I'll
with
allow
one
that with
action?
with your quickness and your strength. It makes sense to me that you're, making little stops, grabbing someone,
Mhm.
potentially 2 people at once. Like you're pretty ripped. Yeah, go for it.
What should I roll for that?
I will just have that be an athletics check.
Okay. Using a
The little
different
back and forth, grabbing.
Okay. Athletics plus 10. That's an easy 15.
15? Yeah, so you're able to get those first 3 that are really close by
Yep.
out of the way, like further out of distance, and then you would have time to basically get back in front of the creatures and where you were.
Mm-hmm. I'd move back to close to where the next closest people would be, just in case I need to use like a reaction to just block or do something to get into
Gotcha.
way. Or even if that reaction is just to do like a quick push.
Okay. Yeah. There's an upset child. So you're able to do that, get back, and ready to go. And it actually gets to the garbage guys before the Speck. So sorry. So the one with its chain, it's pulled all the way back to it now. It's basically been slowly yanking that back to itself. Spins it around and launches it at Revenant. It's a ranged attack. For flavor purposes, even though this is just a miss, I'll say it swings through him because this is a physical object and physical objects are going through him at the moment. He's gone incorporeal. So yeah, you would all see it like swings down the chain in like this arc, and it looks like it is gonna just like bludgeon his body. It just slips right through. Nothing happens. There's like a little bit of a distortion effect as it goes like through where his body is, but yeah, he's completely unharmed. It does smack onto the dock, and it doesn't. It's like dented, but it doesn't like crash all the way through it. This is really like very treated wood, and so it slams into it, kind of makes a loud thud, and then nothing else. The one that was on its back is going to stand back up and try to. It's going to throw a garbage can that was at the end of the pier at Quill. Ooh. Gotta check what this thing's throw is. Does a 19 hit your dodge plus 10?
My dodge plus what? Sorry.
Plus 10.
22. So no.
22. No. Okay. This thing seems like it's being very rude to you right now. It throws garbage at you, and it kind of flies overhead and leaves more waste everywhere as it goes.
Smell bad.
It does.
Probably smells bad.
It smells pretty bad. And it was clearly had the intent to make you smell bad, is what it seems like it was trying to do with this throw.
How dare.
Yeah, this is pretty rude. And then we get to the Speck.
So, Revenant went in corporeal.
Yep.
So, we see a little comic panel of where Bertram's supposed to be on Revenant, but he's not there.
I forgot you were on him.
And then we cut down, and coming out from underneath a banana peel, it's the Speck. And it's just like, oh, nobody ever watches for me. And then he pulls out his boomerang. He's like, are he's in his mind. He's like, are these real people? And then he realizes we can't talk in our minds. And then out loud, he's like, are these real people or are these just garbage things?
I think they're just garbage.
Okay, all right.
The one
then-
is menacing towards you, and it makes like this horrible sound of like garbage squishing against itself and like metal scraping. It's
I don't like you. And then he's gonna throw his boomerang for like just
how
regular.
rude.
just for
Incredible
attack.
comeback.
Yeah. Well, I don't like you.
I'm gonna do a power attack actually, because I have that.
Okay. Let's go.
I don't know how that works.
You have the advantage power attack too, so
I
you
do.
can go up to -5 on your accuracy. So you can do -1, -2, -3, -4, up to -5, and the payback for that is that the damage of your attack will go up by the same amount. So you
Got
can subtract 5 to add 5.
Interesting.
I'll do 2.
2, yeah. So everyone knows everyone can do up to 2 without the advantage. The advantage allows you to go past 2 for it.
My
So anyone
dad.
can power attack, accurate attack, or defensive attack, but you're stuck at -2 + 2 unless you have the advantage.
I'll do 3 then. Actually, I'll do 3.
And do
I
3.
got the advantage.
Haha, I was goading you into that so you would miss.
Um,
You fool.
That's a 22.
It's a 22 to hit. Sir, that obviously hits. What is your new damage with the added 3?
New damage,
Yeah.
5.
5, so this is a DC 20. Ah, dang. They actually have good toughness. But this one, you hit it at just the right spot, and you kind of ruin the integrity of its form as it slams into it, and basically the boomerang catches on some of it and like yanks it free, so it like falls down with a thud, and then the rest of it like collapses,
Huh.
and you have defeated it.
I'm really
It
happy
is-
that wasn't a real person under there.
It would have gone completely through that
And-
person.
Then can I use extra effort
Yeah,
to aid?
yeah. Who are you aiding?
Quill. I'll aid Quill attacking the one she's fighting.
Okay. Roll whatever attack you're using to help with that.
Yeah,
And
it'll be like my boomerang coming back, and it'll kind of just go over me and back towards what she's fighting.
okay, cool. Roll your accuracy on that, and you're shooting for a DC 10.
15.
15.
Oh,
okay.
sorry, 20. I have a +5.
That's right, because you have the teamwork advantage. So you grant a +5 to Quill's attack.
Yay.
There we go.
Very, very good use of aid.
So, since I got the advantage power attack, I could effectively, and he just gave me a +5. I could use some of that and get some negative there to give me more power on the attack.
Yeah. His +5 just negates whatever negative you're taking. So
Thank you.
Of course.
All right,
Sorry.
I'm rolling.
hashtag
then power
tactics.
attack. Hell yeah. Love it. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do a punch. So I'll do my unarmed. And I will, since I have the advantage, I can do up to a negative what?
5. Yeah.
No. I rolled another 17, which plus my 12 is a 29. Minus 5 is a 24.
Yep. And then
Okay.
+5 from his aid, so it's back to the
hmm
Okay, well, yeah, that's definitely 100% hit.
Yeah.
I'm
Teamwork.
no longer worried about later
Heck yeah.
stuff that I have. Y'all are fine. Y'all are gonna be great. What
Man, I've
is
got
the
ideas.
what is the DC on that unarmed, or the damage rank?
23.
23, and then because of the power attack, it's 28 that they have to save against, and they are unable to do so with that roll. Yeah, you crunch into this thing with a punch, or as many punches as you want, really, since the flavor is just an unarmed attack. Yeah, you batter this thing until it stops. I will say, as you do it, everyone else you're hearing the grind and weird like sort of sounds it's making. Quill, because you can speak every language or understand every language, you hear Junk Pile has headache, and then you crush him. And then you crush this creature. It was
They are
speaking
people.
a language.
What have I done?
For real though.
You
No one
wouldn't-
told Bertrum.
Crisis.
I was about to say, yeah, you wouldn't necessarily know that other people aren't understanding this language since you don't know what languages they all speak.
Exactly.
Yeah, the crisis here has been averted as the
Or has
two
it?
are crushed.
I'm checking in on people around, just making sure no one got hurt. If anyone's hurt, that they're
Your phone buzzes again. But this is just like your kind of normal hero alert stuff.
okay.
And it's someone has posted a picture of a weird garbage creature in their neighborhood in another part of Emerald City, and then another one comes in, same thing, looks like a different part of town.
There's a lot of these guys
Oh,
everywhere.
Where do they live?
I don't know. Can I go through, do an investigation check to find if there's like either some kind of magical orb or like maybe like a circuit board that could have maybe, just something that is like it coalesced and made these creatures.
Digging into, yeah. So, yeah, roll me an investigation check as you pick through the corpses.
Look for something that's not junk.
That's not junk.
Can I join in on this?
Yeah.
Actually, then can I, if he's going to join in, I don't have the best investigation. Could I do, where is it? I know I have it. Setup, transfer the benefit of an interaction skill to an ally. Is that only if I have a better one than him, or
That's
can
if
I
you're like both interacting with another PC, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll roll.
But there is aid, so you can aid his investigation and give him a
I'll
bonus
aid
on
his
it.
investigation. I'll
Yeah.
aid by quickly
So roll-
sorting through things to help.
That makes sense. Roll investigation, and you're shooting for a DC 10, and whatever you get can determine what kind of bonus he gets. I'm not telling him what he's rolling for you, number-wise. It's graded. The higher you get, the better. What did you get?
My investigation is +2. So dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. You are given a +2 circumstance bonus to your investigation check, Bertram.
Okay, that means I got a 32.
32. Yeah, so picking through, you're looking for anything since you've got two subjects. You're like, what is in common between these things? And aside from just aluminum cans, which it turns out has made up a lot of one of their forms, what you find is there's a fair bit of ferrous material, particular in these. So, yeah, things that will respond to magnets. One of them actually has a little magnet in it. And then there's like some batteries and things, but that seems to be the main thing. The rest is like random refuse and banana peels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like this one came from a banana peel and magnet factory.
Okay,
Not exactly, but yeah, that's really the only thing that you have in common.
So they may be magnets that keep all this garbage together.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone have experience with magnet folks?
Do any
Ooh.
of us have
There you go.
experience?
Would you have? That's kind of like a random chance thing. So of course, magnet villains, those happen. I'll say during your time in Emerald City, you haven't fought one. You could roll investigation checks, or
I was about to ask, could I use my connected advantage to text my mom to to search a database to be like,
Mom, help!
any magnet villains in this area, like of note?
Yeah, and then Bertram, I'll actually get you to just roll a straight up intelligence. You have eidetic memory, don't you? Actually, don't both of you?
I do.
Okay. So roll intelligence, add 5 for the eidetic memory.
Okay. And while she's doing that, I'm gonna start looking at maybe see where these guys came from, like where
Okay.
it like physically walked from.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna like go see if they left like a little trail of trash and stink or something.
Like slugs.
Yeah. You can tell, I would say right away, one of them, the one that was holding the anchor, like literally just pulled that up from the water and then climbed up.
Mm.
Mm.
I don't want to get in the water. I will
Good
float
call.
on the water cross-legged like a bird with my wings tucked in. And just look down. But I'm not. And then to just look at you like you're gonna have to, because I'm not.
I can do that.
Can you swim?
Yeah, I can swim.
Okay.
Yeah, can you swim?
I can, yes.
Yeah, this
It
isn't the
just
greatest
takes
water.
a little bit to, get these dry again.
Oh,
So-
I understand.
I don't like being soggy.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Bertram looks down like a dead fish rises to the top because it's a city dock. It's not a great place.
Oh,
And
gosh.
he also rolled a 1 on his intelligence for that check, by the way, Claude. So then he's just gonna he's really small and he's just gonna kind of dive off the pier.
So cute.
Okay, go, buddy. As you're doing this, you would hear Revenant, since you're up in the air. You could hear a little bit down the road. There is someone else shouting, and the garbage truck that had moved down the road. One of these is crawling out the back of it right now.
Oh. Okay then. I'll be like, they're coming out of the garbage trucks.
And looking into the water, you see where there was definitely piles of trash that was dumped in there, and it seems like they rose up from basically where someone has dumped a lot of trash. Also, give me 1 second. I need to remove something from my room. Don't worry about it.
That's so stinking cute.
Mm-hmm.
If they're okay, so they're coming. What is it? The trash truck and the piles of trash in the water.
Mm-hmm.
And it's trash day
So-
today, so all these trash piles are getting gathered together.
Which makes sense that they would be popping up to trash piles, right? But what is making them
Yeah.
happen?
Do we need to go to a junkyard because that's the most trash in one place. Maybe that's where someone is making these.
Orchestrating it?
Yeah.
I know the local junkyard.
Okay, sorry. Slipstream, for your connected check, what did
Yes.
you roll?
I was not told to roll anything yet.
Well, that's on me, 100%. Sorry about that.
I'll roll
I have
that.
to check, because either, I think you get to choose. Persuasion check, as you have to convince your mother to help you.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, yeah, you're golden on that.
Please.
You get more of a benefit the higher you get, but yeah, she's checking. She's like, okay, give me just 1 second. I actually have access to Aegis's files here. Right, okay, so best guess, magnet-based, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there is someone named Chelsea Lincoln, who used to be active in the area, went by the name Death Magnetic, which seems a little dramatic, and from what I'm reading, that's kind of her whole MO. But did this person attack you with magnets? Because she
there's-
throws metal at people. She threw a bus at one of the sentinels.
Oh gosh. No, there's trash golems appearing everywhere.
Trash golems.
Yeah, it's
Hold
trash day, and they're all gathering. And there's a lot
Yeah.
of ferrous material, so that's why I thought it was a magnetic thing.
That makes sense. Hold on. Trash villain.
Oh, yeah, there's a trash.
Does the name Junk Pile mean anything to you?
Does the name Junk Pile mean anything to anyone here?
Yeah, I think that's the name of the one I squished.
Oh. Oh, they had names?
Yeah, you didn't hear him? He was
No.
like, "Oh no, Junk Pile has a headache," and then I squished him.
No. We couldn't understand that. Unless you guys could. I couldn't.
No, I just heard metal on metal grinding.
Yeah.
It was not fun.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
I text my mom. We have someone here who speaks trash golem. They called themselves Junk Pile.
Wait, the person you have on hand calls themselves Junk Pile?
No. Apparently, that they reported that the golem that we took care of called themselves Junk Pile.
Oh, wow, you took care of him. That's pretty impressive, because, yeah, he's like a giant 3-ton monster.
No, these weren't
yeah,
that
good.
big.
But still went by Junk Pile. I guess it's not completely unheard of for monsters to have the same name. Yeah, that doesn't sound like any Junk Pile we have heard of.
Maybe
yeah,
it's his dad.
keep me posted on that.
Okay. Beijo, tchau. I just text kisses bye in Portuguese. Beijo, tchau.
Oh, you get it back.
I go ahead and have you seen birds fishing? And they swoop in and with their
Yeah.
So he had already jumped in the water.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go ahead and I flap up and I'm like try to see if I could see him from the surface, and then I'm gonna swoop in and grab him with my talons because he jumped in when he was little, so I can just.
Oh,
hold
that's
him.
true. Bertram, very, very brave and foolish of you to jump into city water just to test your luck. Go ahead and roll me a fortitude check.
You seemed to indicate there was something down there, so I was following her lead.
What you found following her lead was that none of the ferrous stuff is really down here anymore. Hold on, there's a fun little thing in the back of the book that's like diseases.
I got a 9.
You got a 9.
Tetanus.
Obviously,
Burner.
You re-upped on your tetanus shot, I'm sure.
You're not
Seems important as a
infected or
superhero.
anything, but you might want to shower off sometime
Yeah.
soon. Yeah, you're not instantly stricken with anything.
So Bertram's just down there, his goggles are on. He's just looking down. He's like,
And this water is oily. That's the real unfortunate thing. It's a little it had a sheen at the top right before you hit the water, and you were like,
he's
I'm gonna be
thinking
in
to
that.
himself, this probably isn't a good idea. As he suddenly gets snatched, and he's just like, ah!
Even if he were to use all of his strength, this would have no effect on Quill's grip. The strength difference here is yeah, it's orders of power below Quill.
But yeah, so they do the bird sweep, just grab him with their talons, go into the water and just grab him. And as she goes ahead and flies back up. And so now, if you've ever been paragliding, it's kind of like that. Now you're in the talons, just looking down as we're gliding back around, so they can put you on the floor with the others. But you get to, fly a little. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's nice.
And you didn't get dropped, at least, compared to when Revenant carries you
He
around.
went limp, so then when he got put him down, he just fell face first.
I mean,
Aw.
they would have set you down very gently, just like plop.
He's
I would
still
say, in
a
my
little freaked
defense,
out.
every time Bertram has been on me, he's leaped off of me before he
Usually
gets to
go
the ground.
And he's the best at landing, so it's fine.
He's face planted on the ground. He's the best at land.
He's the best at landing. He gets to the ground, and truly, that's what it means to be the
Every
best
time
at
he gets to
landing.
the ground, it's crazy.
Yeah, he
100%
hits
of the
ground
time
every
he gets to the ground.
Well, I go up and I always come down.
100% success rate. Revenant, down the road, if you were pursuing that, you see that basically it was two more trying to rise from this trash truck. One of them they are just not super coordinated. So the one tries to crawl out and then just falls out while the truck is still moving and falls into its pieces. And then the other one is standing atop the truck, basically waiting for it to stop so it can get down. It's moving slowly because it's going stop to stop. So yeah.
I'll look at my shadow and go, well, let's see what you got, and have him shoot at it just to.
Ooh, okay. Go ahead and roll for your shadow blast. Shadow with a shadow.
Yep.
It's shadows all the way down.
Shadowception. Let's see. Go down to him. Where is his attack? There it is. +6. So he rolled a 22.
22. That is enough to hit. What is the DC on that blast?
His is 21.
21. Okay. The blast of shadow from this creature. I was gonna blame the sun, but this is the Pacific Northwest. It's an overcast day. The inky blackness kind of extends from it and smashes into the creature, who starts to stumble like it's falling off the truck, but then it steadies itself.
Oh, these are a little tougher.
It has weathered the blow. Just as tough as the other. I just rolled better for once.
Okay.
Full GM screen down for a second. Yeah, the other ones were supposed to be able to take a hit. Just not the full force of a power attacking Quill, I guess.
If that didn't do it, then I would launch my own at it.
Okay. Yep, so the move action was to command it to attack, and then your action is the blast. Your blast is significantly stronger, so...
Oh, yeah. So I rolled a 19.
Actually, is your blast double it? I think it is. It's a 6, and then I think you have a 12.
Damage 12, yeah.
Yep.
So I rolled a 27.
27, definitely a hit, and then DC also 27.
Yep.
So it blasts apart. Basically, all the pieces are too far apart to reconstitute itself, and it goes splattering across the street. You have also been feeling your phone buzz a few times as more alerts are coming in that this is kind of going on all across town. You also get a message from Lance. It's are you seeing this? They're even dispatching me, and I'm on desk duty right now. But they have me going out.
I will flip the phone around and do a selfie with the piles of trash behind me.
He's a little bit trashy, but I like it. Used to that by now.
I'll come back and be these things are everywhere. We can't just take them out one by one. It's going to take all day.
I agree. Apparently, there was a villain called Junk Pile, my mom was telling me. And they had mentioned the word junk pile when they got squished, like you said.
They were speaking?
Apparently.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. So they were people.
I don't know if...
Not in the way you're people.
Well, okay, that's fair. So if all these things are saying junk pile, right? That's kind of our... So if it's some sort of hive mind situation,
that's...
maybe...
I was thinking the same thing. It's either two situations, either one, it's all one consciousness spread out throughout all these guys, or and they're all trying to come together to make one big junk pile monster.
That could be.
Or, like Quillekikiokalee said, there's a bigger one controlling all these other ones.
It's probably that. I have two guesses right now, based on what's happened. One, he's in the big old junkyard over there, and we can go check that out. Or two, that one had an anchor. We looked at the water. It could be underwater, but I feel more comfortable with the junkyard.
Let's start with the junkyard.
Yeah, that would make more sense considering they're crawling out of the trash.
I mean, Can
No,
you
no.
look in the what you call them, your phone, to see if anybody's seen a really really big one?
Have there been
I'll
any-
text Lance back and be like, "Do you know if there's a large one anywhere spotted?"
No, but we've been told to watch out for junk pile. We've got his dossiers kind of floating around right now because it looks like tiny versions of him. No one really interacted much with junk pile before the Sentinels took it down, and we thought we had it contained, but maybe not.
Yeah, I'll kind of relay that to everybody. Like, it looks like they're looking at. Aegis is looking at junk pile as well.
I
Okay.
had a thought, right?
Fine.
So we fought the Scarf Meister the other day, right? And she had all this new stuff and was doing golem stuff like that. What if someone's giving people things like this? What if someone gave Junk Pile found a garbage loom, if you will, that's
Mhm.
given them the ability to make more things? That could be a real problem.
That's
if
what I'm
that is
thinking,
true.
but also they're coming out of the garbage that people are throwing away day to day. They're coming out of the garbage trucks, out of
Right.
the garbage in
So-
the ocean, you know?
So it's not the same thing
Yeah.
exactly.
But I agree that it could be someone in the junkyard controlling all the junk piles.
Wait. Let's step back. Scarfmeister.
Yeah,
It's not a scarf
yeah.
person.
Paige? Yeah, Paige. We dealt with her the other day. Week.
It wreaked havoc on my hair. It was all staticky. It was really bad. You wouldn't want to be there.
I leave town for 2 weeks.
You never heard of Scarfmeister before?
No.
Oh, I deal with her every now and again.
That's probably
I was
why
about to say,
I do it.
That's fair.
to be fair, I was about to. It's a Speck tier villain, so
It's in his
it's
rogues
a
gallery.
very special tier, you know. Yeah. So as you're talking, basically the one that fell off the truck and fell apart, it kind of reconstitutes itself, and is headed in your direction, and then you see like it gets a certain distance from a trash can and like falls apart, and then one pops out of the trash can, like it kind of teleported its consciousness from one into the other garbage, and it's continuing down the road. It looks like it's digging through other trash cans as it goes. So when it came back together or came out of this one, it's like even smaller than the others. So this looks like a child-sized one that's like peeking into trash cans and just kind of like adding pieces and carrying stuff.
So as we're heading towards the junkyard, I think I'll just try and run through any of the ones I see as they kind of crop up.
That's fun.
Love it.
What junkyard are you headed to exactly? So there's a few throughout the city.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think I have the map on hand to give you.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Are the reports
I mean-
coming in from any specific regions or neighborhoods?
If you're looking at maps while you do it, you do see that it is around those junkyards.
I have a
or like around
question.
little
How
garbage depots. Go ahead.
Big did y'all say it was the big one?
3 tons, you had said? The really
Yeah.
big one that they had fought before.
Okay, can I fly up pretty high and see if it's visible
Mm.
from where we're at?
Yeah.
I'll try to aid her.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
How heavy are you? How big are you?
I can fly, so you don't have to worry.
Oh, cool.
It's not,
Yeah, so she starts flapping and then sees you just like hover
Float
up,
up.
and it's like, nice.
Right. That's kind of neat.
Bertram's gonna just start walking.
Yeah, I'll join Bertram. I'll say, Bertram, how well do you do at high speeds?
I mean, I do pretty all right. You got a pocket?
Yeah. I'm also just strong if you want to just either piggyback normal size or be small. Either one works.
I can be small. I like being small.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check,
Love
and Revenant, if you roll a perception check as well.
20. I got a nat 20 on the die.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I don't know what my perception, where
I rolled a
the hell that
16.
is.
16. Okay, so you'll add a +2 to the already absurd Quill roll. You love to see it.
But just watch. I used up all my luck on this.
Seeing things.
I know. I'm gonna get like a 1 next time. It's alright. It's alright. Yeah. Do I add anything to it?
Whatever your perception skill modifier is.
Love it.
Yes.
It's a it's a plus 10.
Ah, fantastic. And that brings your total to
We went
30.
up really high. Okay, we can see
I was
a
about
lot.
to say, you really did. So with the help of Revenant, who points out, like, okay, there's one, like, garbage place. This is kind of what they look like from the sky. You, gosh, what a roll.
Yeah.
Just cutting out a lot of the middle of this. That works. That's fine. Fantastic. It's cool. I had a timer thing going on in the background that will affect later things, and you're shortening that timer considerably. Well done. So you put together really quickly, like, the only one that could fit something like that in it, like if it's a huge version of those, like there's a few spots it could be, but there is just like the biggest one, which is basically on the outside of town. Like there's a huge one that, you know,
Love it.
it's
And-
where not a lot of the population is, so that they can just dump a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, so I see that and I'm like, okay, this is the biggest place, right? I also, because I also have eidetic memory, look from it to under me to where we are right now, so that I know how to get there.
Just lead
from
everyone
this
there.
bird's eye view, and
Impressive.
I basically say like, oh, like I think I know where it's gonna be, and then I guess follow if you can. And I fly down low enough to let Slipstream, because I know they can keep up with me. And it's like just like this way. And I kind of maybe like 10-15 feet off the ground just start so I can pass above all the cars and stuff and the people.
If you want to
have
go
start going
above
in that
buildings,
direction.
yeah. If you want to go above buildings to go even faster, I will just follow you. I know how the streets are here.
That makes me
I'll-
happy.
I'll fly down and be like, Bertram, are you with her, or did you want
Yeah, I
to
can
hop on?
carry.
Oh yeah, he was already in.
Oh, wait, I thought
Wasn't that a
He's got the
conversation
pick.
that
On the dock.
happened?
I thought you left him on the dock. I was holding.
Oh, I was flying down to you guys. Be like, okay, we know where we're going. Are you riding with her, or are you
just
riding with
getting
me?
just passed around.
Bertram. Goodness.
Not like that, Claude.
If you want to see the tops of buildings, like that's a
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
That's
do you
where
want
we
to
go.
fly or do you want to move
Baby
at high speeds?
This is yeah.
You have choice now.
I have to
It's
make a
great.
choice
Yeah.
between my friends.
We can stop for baby.
All right.
I will go up in the air. That way I can keep an eye on things while they're flying.
Okay.
Roll me Slipstream. I'm gonna have you roll. Roll just an unarmed check for just like knocking some of these out as you go.
Mhm.
And since you're making an effort to do so, I'll give you a hero point.
Oh, thank you. That was a very high roll. That was a 19 plus 9, 28.
Nice.
Wow. Oh, sorry. Also, who did we decide Bertram was riding with? Sorry, I knew he had the big
Yeah,
pick,
because
and then
there's 2 in the air.
I'll go with Quill because Revenant dropped me last time.
Oh, do you wanna? Do you wanna?
Plus, he might start talking to you about his problems again while you're up there, and like.
I do need to
ugh.
talk to him, but later.
Do you wanna ride like in between my wings or hang by the talons like a paraglider?
I'll do the not talons part.
Okay.
Yeah, that was those were strong holding you and very sharp.
But-
Like you didn't get cut at all, but like
They squeeze
if
a
it were
little-
to happen,
My
Yeah.
heart can't take it again.
Yeah. So you get little, you get up there, and there's just like wings flapping, and we're flying around.
And as you're getting closer, you definitely see the glint of something like high up in the air from the ground of the junkyard. I just lost the word completely. So this particular junkyard is a bunch of like cars and things like that. It's very centralized as far as what comes here, and yeah, as you get closer and closer to it, especially the flyers can see that there is what is essentially like a tower of it, and then the outside is kind of like ringed with cars that have been twisted into like a fence around the building. It looks it's very Mad Max actually.
I'll send a picture of it to Lance.
Found it.
So cute.
He was like, "Oh, new Mad Max series?" Question mark. It's like, hell yeah!
Miriam's
I didn't even
true.
know. I didn't even know one was coming to streaming. That's cool.
Furiosa 2, the prequel.
Oh,
To the prequel.
the prequel to the prequel.
She's even younger.
Even younger. Furiosa. Went back to the original casting though. So
She's just
it's a
like
weird
a
choice.
3-year-old with a big old sword.
There you go.
Hell yeah!
Driving one of those little mini cars that little kids get sometimes.
That's
All
cute.
right. Yeah, so as you run up on that, you have seen like kind of fewer and fewer of these creatures as you've been heading out of the city. You did hear like, and you're still getting alerts that more are showing up in the city. But yeah, it's one of those things where like, well, do you go to the source or do you go take care of those? Yeah, and as you get closer, you can hear like the churning of metal and things. As if this is a fortress that is also a factory of tiny junk piles. And we will pick back up on your arrival there after a short break here. We are back by the grace of Kate. We have returned. And yeah, we are ready to continue the adventure. We left off with our 4 heroes arriving at the gates of a sort of junkyard like castle almost, or at least a very fenced-in enclosure. And as they continue their approach, they can already see that there are a bunch of these little guys milling about inside the little mini junk piles, as I have named them in my stat blocks. And yeah, they're not hard at work necessarily. It seems like they're moving around like just things in general. It's a colorful collection because they're made of any sort of trash. There's one with like these really big shoulders, but they're blenders. But he looks real. He's very swole. It's kind of adorable. And they're all, just doing their thing. It doesn't look like anyone's like on lookout. Also notably, there are no people here that would be running the place. And it's fairly remote outside of town, so it makes sense that you haven't seen pictures from this area that these creatures have been going. But yeah, how are you planning on entering the place? There is just like a place to drive in. It's not walled off completely, but there's these car spikes essentially.
Let me take a lap. And I'll take a lap of the place to see if there's any other entrances or to see where is like the least defended spot.
Gotcha. Yeah, so it looks like if you go around back, there is an entrance, like it's where you can drive all the way through it. You can drive in and there's like rows of the crushed cars and everything. But yeah, if you cut straight through it, then you could keep going down the road because that way there's like forestry stuff and things like that. So yeah, that side doesn't look like there's as many concentrated in there because it's a little like passing through it.
Mhm.
So if you wanted to circle around back, there are still plenty of these. Without going like into it, you can't quite see everything that's going on, but there's a sort of tower that has radio dishes and things like that all built up around it.
While she's out doing that, could I hop up onto like the gate in small form and just look to get a lay of the land?
Yeah.
I mean, you're still in the air.
Oh,
With me.
I guess so.
So you'd
I
be
guess
able
if
to
we're
see.
still flying, that's fine then. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah,
Before
I
we
did
get
go down, so I'm not as high up, so that we're not super visible. So
smart,
if
actually,
you did
go ahead
say
and roll
to
me
fly
a
up a little bit, we can.
roll me a stealth. And Bertram,
Why
you
did I
can
say that?
actually assist by basically pointing out like you're keeping an eye out too, so that there's two sets of eyes. And I know you have a ridiculous bonus.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
I think you are at the caps you could have for PL for your
Ah.
shrinking, or maybe 2 below it.
Right, I was forgetting about that. Yeah, 28.
Okay, so you'll be giving a +5 to Quill's.
Love it. Okay, all right, let's go. So I rolled an 18 plus 6 plus however much. Was that a 5?
Yep.
Yeah.
29. Math. I think I did it.
That's the same roll as last time
someone,
I helped you.
I was about to say someone will yell out that it didn't happen. If I mathed wrong, I'm sure someone's in the comments screaming it right now, and I can't see it, so I'm so sorry.
It'd probably be Kate.
Claude, what are you doing? Why don't you know
What are you-
math? You're the GM. Yeah, so you remain pretty undetected, and you're gonna basically sit him on the edge to get a better look, or you're just gonna stay?
Yeah, so I fly down and noticing that there are these sort of towers. Quill's gonna do that thing where they kind of use the claws on their talons to hold on to the back of one of these towers so they're not
cool.
visible from the other side.
Yeah.
And then just kind of peek through so he can, look and get a lay of the land from a height without, while we're hiding.
Gotcha. Yeah, so you're able to kind of get there, take a look around. You see, you won't need a perception because you're in a good angle to see
Vantage
this.
point.
Yeah, there is someone floating, kind of directing what's going on. It looks like a woman in armor, sort of made out of just random metallic things, but then fused together, so it looks almost like a knight's armor. She does have her hair visible. It's blonde and a ponytail, and yeah, her eyes are glowing purple, and there's kind of purplish energy around her.
I try to think this information at my friends, and then again remember that I can't do that. So then
Yeah.
I try to text my friends.
Oh God.
How close are you to the? It is funny that text is the route for when you don't have. You guys need earpieces. So yeah, how close are you to the actually past the little fence thing? Are you right on the fence or near it, or? This matters for your ability to text.
Well, I'm riding on the back of Quill.
Okay, so you're still outside of it enough. Cool. Everyone who's got your phone number or that you have their phone number, their phones would buzz right now. Oh,
I
Revenant,
realized I don't have a phone.
don't.
But we're right there. I can see.
We'll get you one and teach
Has your
you.
shadow been following along? Do you just give it the
Yeah.
order to travel with you? Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I
and
assumed, but I
since
was
nobody wanted to ride on me, I've been incorporeal the entire time.
That's fair.
just flexing by flying through the trees instead of around them.
Yep.
There is weird lady in knight armor in the middle conducting like an orchestra.
You gave it so much better flavor than I did, but that's a great way to say it, Bertram.
I'll look up just in case it might also. It's like a teamwork situation. What does Death Magnetic look like?
I should have had
Oh.
actual graphics on hand.
Just
He
if
mentions-
it matches up that kind of description, you know.
Yes, it does. 100%.
Okay.
He's gonna send a follow-up text that says, "Sorry, I feel bad calling her weird looking."
She's not that weird looking. She does not have the attractive advantage, but that doesn't mean she's not okay looking.
Wait, that's a thing we can have?
That's a thing you can have.
That's so cool.
Right? You could be like, no, but I want my character mechanically to be hot.
Mhm.
Right.
Oh, if Junk Pile was saying he was having a headache, maybe he's not fully in control.
Mhm.
Or maybe it's just too many minds.
Mm,
Boy,
He might
there are
have
many
been
layers
having a
here.
headache because I was punching him.
That is an option as well.
Right.
Head- I often get headaches when I get punched.
I'll
It
text
happens.
back. Don't feel bad for calling her weird. Death magnetic. I don't feel bad.
Wait, hold on.
Oh.
Her name is Death Magnetic.
Yeah,
This is all just
apparently.
going back and forth. And I was about to
thought-
say, everyone's staying far enough away that like no one's gonna find you still with how you're hiding, so you can have this back and forth for like half an hour. What are you
Knowing
doing?
that her
thought we
name is
were-
Magnetic, he throws his phone.
Oh, no, oh my gosh. No, so Quill was actually like looking at your screen while you were talking to them. And so she's just like looking and like reading this conversation. I thought we were looking for the junk pile was his name. So there's two of them?
Yeah, yeah, they might be working together, or maybe one's controlling the other. Sounds like, those guys, you said you fought a couple of bad guys all working together. It's probably something like that.
Okay, so we hit her too.
Well, yes, I suppose you would.
Nice.
I would recommend not hurting people if possible.
Can I see if the satellites are actually doing anything, or if they're just like trash that's on there?
From a distance, there's no real way of knowing if it's sending a signal.
Mhm.
Can I move up to it?
You could fly into the junkyard if you would like.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm a shadow, so I think I could do that decently.
I'll also let Revenant know. If you want, there's another entrance in the back that seems less defended.
Oh, I could just fly over everything.
Well, that you could
Well,
still
but
see.
to not
You're
be
not
seen.
see-through.
Yeah.
I am.
Are you see-through?
You're
Yeah, I
not
turned into
really.
a shadow.
I was going to say you're insubstantial, but you don't have concealment.
this
so
Oh,
Black
dang it.
blob.
you are good at hiding, though.
You can
I think
see
you have
him. You
decent
can also
stealth.
just see who's standing behind him.
There is that. Yeah, you actually. I thought you did, but you don't have a concealment. Your
I thought I did too.
your minion does.
In fact, you glow when you're invisible.
Can I tell my minion to go check it out?
Oh yeah, you can. Have him roll his stealth. Your little
Oh.
stealthy minion. I don't think. Do you have a mental link with him?
Good question.
I was
Where
going
would
to
that
say,
be?
ask the person who put the power together.
I
You do
know.
have a- you,
Like-
do, you do have a mental link with him.
Okay,
Look,
cool.
He had a lot of like beta test versions, so I didn't remember how he turned out.
His stealth is. Where is it hiding?
Ha. Sorry. Yeah. He's got a +4, and then with his concealment, partial concealment is a +2. So 6 out of 6.
Out of 6. Okay, so that would be.
I pulled up your character sheet and cut out the middleman. I was like, wait, I have all of them. I
Thanks.
just don't like opening the program.
That is a 21.
A 21? Okay, let me see. Unsurprisingly, there's a cat attacking me. Oh, I'm sorry. Unsurprisingly, the little junk pile dudes are not the most observant
Yeah.
because they are piles of junk.
That's rude.
But we still love them
They just want a hug.
in our hearts. Yeah, so they don't notice.
Okay.
And Death Magnetic also doesn't notice, but you do get a pretty good look at her through your mental link. Just double checking her. This is alphabetical and should not be giving me as many fits as it is, but here we are. Yeah, doesn't notice either. Yeah, your minion flies up, and it looks like this has been cobbled together to where like these little satellite dishes are getting power.
Okay. I'll go to the group text and let them tell them, like, I think the satellites are helping control across the city. so we probably want to take those out.
Need me to pull some wires at high speed? I can get in and out.
If you
I
can find them.
I mean,
think that while the
Grant was very
shadows-
tickled by that.
I think that while the Shadow's like going back and
No.
doing the surveillance and stuff, like Quill has turned back to Bertram like, okay, so if you don't want me to hit her, do we just go down and ask her what she's doing? Do we talk to her?
I mean, I do that a lot. Not
So-
everyone's a big fan of it. Some people, I won't name names, like to just go in and hurt people first. I like to try and talk to them, so I don't have. I'm what's called a pacifist. I don't like to hurt people at all, even if they're doing bad things necessarily. So I
then
have
how
a
do you
different.
stop them from doing bad things?
I mean, I trip them and put handcuffs on them.
Oh,
I just don't like, punch them in the face. I try not to be too violent. Yeah.
I'm just
It's
having a
all
little bit of
okay.
trouble understanding the concept.
Right? I was about to say the words all make sense to you,
Right,
but
separately.
it's just like
When you put
but
them together.
why? Yeah, but why though? Like
I
get
heard
it.
a lot when I was younger. I heard a lot of people, and I don't like to do that anymore. So I just don't do it.
See, I only do it when they deserve it.
Well, I understand that, and I don't judge people for doing it.
I'll-
So if you want to, I guess you're welcome to. I like to talk to people first.
I'll probably fly a little bit closer and go, he's talking about me.
the
also
robots,
text. Her name is
the-
Chelsea Lincoln to the group.
the golems continue. You see that they're stacking to the mountain that has the dishes on it and everything. There's kind of a weird glow at the base of the whole tower. Yeah.
Are you gonna try to pull the cables?
Can I try and just
Probably.
at high speed, shot in the dark, find a screwdriver somewhere where they're like in the junk piles or something that could act as one, like, and try and just remove the satellites and just knock them off. Just
I will say
someone can
there's
describe
gotta
to me
be a
how they're
there's
set up.
gotta be a screwdriver in the trash somewhere.
Mhm.
So yeah, and you can see that there's like different parts that it's kind of bolted together. Yeah, the screwdriver could work, or just like ripping them free. Yeah,
I'm
but
gonna try also
you'll have to
kicking
make.
like the more rusted ones.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and are you just making the run into the yard? I
I'll
would call that a
first let
graveyard.
everyone know that I'm
So
doing
sorry.
that. I'll say, hey, I'm gonna try and quick remove the satellites, see if that helps. Be ready, they might start attacking? Question mark?
Thumbs up back.
What'd she say? I threw away my phone.
She's going to try to unplug the satellites.
Oh, okay, cool.
She said prepare for the junk piles to go crazy.
Awesome. This is why I keep burner phones, so I can throw them away.
Are the rest of you like slowly like about to advance for whenever she runs in, or is the plan to see what happens and then kind of?
Well, I'm getting a little close up and kind of watching through my
Mm-hmm.
minion.
Okay. So the way I will do this.
I'm gonna do it though, but yes.
So the way I am envisioning this working, you will get the chance to do that. Things will happen, and then we'll go initiative. So you get one shot before initiative.
What I'm planning to do is I'm gonna try and because you said it's on top of the stack, right?
Yeah, it's like just a giant tower of
So starting
garbage.
farther away, I'm gonna pick up speed and start running around and slowly circling at the top to create a tornado to try and rip these satellites off.
I love that. Okay, go for it. Yeah, you get ready. You kind of it's like getting ready for one of the races against your uncle. You know, you set yourself in the right spot. You're like, I've got a good viewpoint of this. Do the little stretch. You know, your people are on standby, and you're like, okay, I can make this in one Fell swoop, go do a nice little tornado. It's a lot of cool action shots of you like getting ready. This is where the artist goes wild with like, what kind of weird angles can I do this from? But yeah,
Just
and
like
then-
the ankle one from
Yeah,
like
it's like-
behind. Yeah, the runner's lunge.
it's just
from
like
the
slightly,
perspective
yeah,
of ankle.
slightly bent ankle, and then
Yeah.
you burst into speed, and you rush past a few of these. The tailwind of you running past actually like spins one of the little ones around because he's garbage, and he's really light, and your speed just kind of makes his body turn because he's got no internal structure there. Yeah, he spins around. You get right about like probably 5 feet from where you can actually start running up the tower, and you hit like a wall of force. Have a hero point, and go ahead and roll me a toughness save. There's some kind of force field set up here.
Oh, toughness save, you said?
Yeah. Oh, actually, give me your speed, because that's what I'm basing this on.
Wait, did we just see her bonk into like a glass
You-
door?
Oh, so relatable for a bird person.
Yeah.
This stream was actually brought to you by Windex. It wasn't. Don't hurt me. Yeah, so
I don't know
what
if she
is
could have
your
gotten up to her top speed, but it's speed 15.
speed 15. Okay, so yeah, we're not going to treat it as top speed for sure because you were very close to it, and then you're going to just do half. So I will say roll a toughness check.
Okay. And
I
get a
know the
plus
DC. We'll see how you do.
circumstance bonus, it seems. So plus.
Is that from evasion or?
No, it seems like I got one. Let me know.
Yeah, you did.
Our Kate, who art in cyber heaven, just sent me.
And I have to say it again. Do you think Kate stays in heaven? Because she too lives in fear of what she's created. This stream.
18 toughness with the +2.
With the +2, okay. You slam into it, and you kind of like.
Could I use- I do have 3 hero points at this
You
point.
have 3 hero points. It's your call. You might
I
need
guess
them all
you-
later. You might need them now.
I don't want
haven't
to
told
get
you
hurt
yet.
before a fight.
Honestly, 100% valid.
Could I like maybe seen to direct that hero point, seen some like the dirt that I was kicking up because it's so much, kind of like hit
that.
roll?
That's cool. Yeah. So you're able to see it, and with how quickly your senses work, with like quickness, your mind just works that fast.
Mhm.
Yeah. Go ahead and if you're gonna do that reroll.
Yeah. Not gonna be much higher if I can, but so still a +2, but that
I did the hand thing. Darn it! I love rubbing my hands together, but it's so noisy.
22, 23, 24.
Just too maniacal for my own good. Yeah, you don't take a bruise from this. What it looks like is essentially, yeah, you see at the last minute what's happening, and you kind of turn and like roll across it, like you,
Mhm.
yeah, but you're still stepping, like you keep your balance, and yeah. So you do this cool, like, because it's so fast, you literally circle the thing as you stop, and it kicks up a bunch
Beyblade
of
around.
trash. And, yeah. Goodness, what a pull! I would. Yeah, if you weren't already swimming in hero points, you would get one just for mentioning my beloved Beyblades. Not this time, but keep it in mind. Yeah, so everyone roll initiative.
Okay.
Things are kicking off. The
Let's go.
energy field around it flares to life. Anyone who happened to be looking at Death Magnetic's eyes would have seen that they also flared purple super hard when that happened.
Mm.
And this
We found
It's-
the source of it.
is going to have, this combat has some fun moving parts and alternate objectives that I will be able to tell you about.
Nice.
There are things to accomplish. But
Love
let me get
it.
some initiative out of the way. Claude, why didn't you pick 2 villains whose entries were closer in the alphabet to each other? It's not not a good thinker. My brain don't do the good thing. Okay, let's get. We'll go with the Speck. What did you get?
7.
7. Just taking your time.
Hey, that was higher than last time.
It's true.
It's true. He's warming up. Oh, definitely put the bad guy's name next to you instead of your own.
Now, the question is this area on the east side of town?
Yes. I don't have the map with me. I don't remember. But
so
I'm
we
fine
can
with
say
it.
that he is moving on up to the east side.
Actually, it's on the west side. So that can't happen. I'm so sorry. I just remembered I saw the map.
No jokes in this
Yeah,
stream,
this
please. No
is a
jokes.
serious game. I don't know if you know, but we're a serious show. This comic is
We're
for
serious gamers,
mature-
guys.
we're-
Okay.
We're both serious. Gosh.
Indeed.
Oh. Indeed. And then we've got Slipstream.
18. I rolled a 6.
Slipstream. I don't know if you know this, but like speedsters usually go pretty fast in things. If you wanted to start reflecting
I'll
that a
do my
bit more
best.
in your roles, I just
Uh-huh.
You know,
this is
you
a performance review now.
You rolled a 6 and got that. I rolled a 5 and got 7.
Compliment sandwich. Great job saving civilians. Maybe roll a little better.
Mm-hmm.
You look great.
She's dusting off. She's still spinning around when initiative
Absolutely.
starts.
That makes perfect sense.
You
Quill.
did bonk. Yeah. 29.
There, see, Slipstream. I don't want to compare, but
I did
Revenant.
roll a 19, so.
I rolled a
And-
26.
And Slipstream could have chosen to do the same. That's all I'm saying.
I could have. I'm
All
so
I'm
sorry.
saying.
I don't
That's
know what
all
I'm
saying.
thinking.
Yeah, this is my new thing. I'm just gonna berate my players for not rolling better. Let me know.
I
how it
break
works
my
for you.
dice, so it's fine.
You didn't berate me. Where's my berating?
Speck, you have set the bar for yourself at such a place that I don't feel the need.
Ouch.
Yeah, I don't know. So we gotta stop. I'm becoming a monster. Quill, you are actually first up. There are, at the moment, 2 of these little junk pile guys per hero. So, with the power of math, there are 8. Did I just do a multiplication thing on my notebook?
I think you did.
I think I did. We've got those. We've got Death Magnetic. We've got something like this giant pool of metal that's kind of churning. That could potentially be a problem.
Okay.
So yeah, I will explain the fun moving parts of this combat now. So you've got
Please do.
those are the enemies. Those are the important part. There is an energy field that can be disrupted or destroyed depending on what sort of skills or attacks you want to try against the energy field. And then after that, there are a few things you can do as far as radio dishes, a potential power source inside that can be investigated, and some other little things. And also, so you know, the tower itself has a turn in initiative where it will do things. So yeah, have fun with that. There's stuff going on. I will say you may need hero points. Death Magnetic is not a pushover. I'm just letting you all know things are going on. So with all that hype, and the knowledge that this is a rotating cast, and if you fail here, there are others that can step in your place. What would you like
are
to do?
replaceable. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, Slipstream did say like they were gonna take care of the dishes, and seeing that they bonked into something invisible, that is like the opposite of my forte. And
It's so clean.
like, I know what I can and can't do. Okay, guys.
It's important to know your strengths.
Exactly. So, I think noticing that after the bonker, we were able to see the kind of, the ripple on the force field and realize that there's things going on. And then noticing that the lady's eyes flashed a scary purple when that happened. she's not dumb. She can assume like this lady has something to do with that thing.
Absolutely.
So, if I knock the lady out, then something's good gonna happen, probably, or
Got it.
stop happening.
Or stop
So,
happening. Yeah.
There you go.
Sure.
And that's her forte. She can knock a lady out. So we're gonna go and
It's on our list of skills for
Yeah, it's
job
just
application.
Right there.
Yeah, I am
Knock a lady
fluent
crazy.
in I can use Excel. I can knock a lady out. Word.
Word. So wherever, because you were hovering near us, weren't you, as well, flying?
Revenant, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Quill's just gonna, because you're still little, and Quill's just gonna grab you and be like, hold him real quick, and just hand him to you, and then she's gonna dive in and do an agile feint at the
Ooh.
lady.
Going in straight with tactics. Let's go.
Yeah, so she does a dive and then is going to, pretend to dive at her and then just kind of flounce away last second. So in an agile feint, I get to use my acrobatics instead of my deception.
Yeah. And
And
she
I
will
will go
use
ahead and
insight.
roll. Oh, that's not good. Oh God, I tried. I do have a plus 12 though, so it's not all bad. Question mark. I rolled. God, I rolled a 7, but with a plus 12 is a 19. I can't math, y'all.
Yeah.
Okay. That is actually with what she rolled, enough to give her a -2 to make her vulnerable to your future attacks. So
Love it.
before your next turn, any attack, like including your next turn, so there are ways to say this. Till the end of your next turn, she is vulnerable to your attacks. There we go. And yeah, she is now locked on to you immediately and says, unsurprising that I'd be interrupted, but not really a problem.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, oh, so she is doing something. Nice. I picked the right course of action. And she's just very proud of herself.
Understandable. I too am proud of her. Proud of them. Revenant,
Yep.
what you gonna do?
So there's a slight problem with her handing them to me because I'm so insubstantial. So I put my hand out and he just goes through. But
Bertrum.
I forgot!
Bertram, you I'd say you're close enough to one of those spikes on the outside that you can grab onto that and like either slide down or just hang onto it until your next turn.
Ah. This last time I trust you.
what did I do?
You didn't grab him. You let him go through you.
You have the power to go corporeal. How dare you?
You do.
It was a choice.
I'll look to make sure he's okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm all right.
And a question: how close was my shadow able to get through? Was it able to get through the shield?
No, I mean he's floating outside of it.
Okay.
It might be because he's not solid, or it might be because he's not trying to make contact with it. But yeah, he has not done any damage to it, or it hasn't done any damage to him.
Can he get through it?
He didn't get stopped like at the point that Slipstream did, so
Right.
you're kind of through it already. Whether or not you can interact with anything on there is a different matter.
Okay, I'll tell him to focus on the satellites, thinking he's gotten through it, so maybe
Okay.
we can do stuff from within.
Yeah, so you can roll an attack for it, and then you'll still have your standard action because it's just a move action to direct him.
Of course, he gets the natural 20.
Does he? Well, he is treated as a minion, so unfortunately he does not crit against
Exactly.
this. Well, it's an object, so it really, yeah, it doesn't have any specific specialty here. So, as the blast comes out and hits the dish, you can see it is protected by some sort of field, since the attack is like corporeal enough to do something. So this inky black bolt flies out of it and nothing.
Okay, I'll just tell him, focus on getting the force field down then.
Actually,
Um,
sorry, not nothing, because I
Oh.
didn't roll. It's got a high bonus, but yeah, I hadn't rolled yet. It slams into the shield and it kind of flickers a little. It doesn't break, but it seemed affected by it
Okay,
to the
cool.
tune
Yeah.
to the tune of a -1 future one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
this
tell
is
him,
treated
keep
like an
working on it.
object in that it breaks a little differently than how people's health works, but the first bit of damage is still the same.
Okay,
So yeah, -1 to that.
cool. And then the second thing I will do is I will shoot at the scary trash lady. Or the armored lady crazy thing.
Okay.
Let's see. Not as good. I may be using that +5 now. Let me see.
Oh, I keep forgetting I have a bonus right now too. So
No, you don't. Forget about that.
I
Yeah,
really,
I don't
really
think you do.
Mm-mm.
9, 17, plus the 5 I'll use now. So 22, if I did math right.
22 is a hit.
Sweet.
Your attack slams through her shield. She hurries up and you can see like metal kind of fly up to block her, but it's the shadow energy kind of courses around and through the perforations in it, so it's not a perfect block. Yeah. And with the armor around her though, that little bit that she summoned in the way of her slowed it just enough to where it wasn't like super impactful. She takes the hit no problem.
Yeah, rude.
I did burn a +2 from Big Nate. Much appreciated.
Thanks, Dane.
to keep me from looking too bad early on. Yeah. Okay.
All right, cool. That's me.
That is indeed you. That takes us to Slipstream. Wow, so many people get to go before the.
Oh my gosh, how crazy.
I'm sorry, I meant before the enemies get to go. I'm not attacking you this time. Sorry, before my people get to go. You all get to so many.
How many towers did you say there were again? I wasn't able to catch that. I was trying to read the little
So
cheat
there's-
sheet.
Gotcha. There's the one big tower that everything is
Yeah.
is coming from. The
Mhm.
spires I described outside are just like cars that have been twisted into like spiky decorations.
Okay, but they don't
So, yeah,
seem
those-
like...
They don't have any like dishes or anything or like power going to them. It looks like
Mhm.
they're just large, sharp hunks of metal.
Okay, perfect. So seeing as I don't know how to take a force field out. I'm being very real with myself. But I am seeing here a slam attack that seems like it's based on speed rank.
There is, yeah.
Could I run up to the top of the tower slowly, like ramping up speed, to slam attack into her and just shoulder check her?
Oh, into Death Magnetic?
Yes.
Okay, so using the thing to like as a ramp to get to her since she's
Yeah.
floating.
Well, I mean, I
Okay.
can also, I can run around and then if I need to go, because I think, call me crazy, I don't know why I'm thinking this place has like a little bit of a ceiling or a vault on top that she's in.
No, not really. It's
Okay.
like just spikes around it.
I
she's
made that up in
floating.
my head, got it.
She's floating in the air. It's a cool description, but it doesn't quite work with some stuff she wants to do. But I will say there's cars positioned to where you can like run around and like basically quickly assemble a ramp to jump up at her.
Hmm.
I like that a lot.
Or just push off at high speed from one wall and just go full elbow her.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I needed her to go higher in initiative. Let's see if she gets a turn. Go for it. Roll your attack. This is going to be slightly different because slams, you will have to take half of the damage back to yourself.
Okay.
But yeah, you get to use your speed where it caps out at. What's your accuracy on your attack? This will be your unarmed.
Like what I add to it, you mean?
Yeah.
+9.
+9. Okay. So the speed will have to cap out at like 13 for what the damage can be on this, because it's the PL and then +2. So yeah. So roll that. You are able to launch yourself, I will say.
Okay.
Yeah, she's not super high up, so this isn't like a very dangerous fall, but you might have to do an athletics check to make it a comfier fall.
Maybe one of my flying friends can help me. I don't know.
I got it.
Boomerang. All right, what'd you get?
14 plus 21.
Good heavens. Yes, absolutely hits.
Or
Yeah,
14
not a
plus
concern.
the 9 gets me to 21 is what
20.
I'm saying. Yeah. And I'm thinking
21. Oh, okay.
I'll add the +5 we got. Circumstance.
Okay. Yeah, that's a hit.
Mm-hmm.
Wish me luck, chat. Slipstream, have a hero point.
Oh, okay.
It's one way to force longevity for the villains. Yeah, so you slam into her, and then I need you to roll a toughness check. You do still deal damage to her. She is at a -1 to future toughness saves. You're going against DC 21 here.
Yeah. I'd like to use a hero point to re-roll.
Oh, I just gave you one of those.
It's crazy.
Fair.
I have 2 more after you. If
It's okay.
I got
it's
the
okay.
Beyblade one, I'd have another.
If only.
Okay, that is okay, that was the same exact roll. So that would be
If it's below a 10 and you used a hero point, you do get to add 10. If it's 10 or lower, so
no.
it's not.
Or
Okay.
the second one was lower, but not.
Was it 10 or lower?
If I add a
On the
hero
die.
roll,
Yeah. If your
if the
reroll,
first one or the second, the reroll.
the reroll. If it's 10 or lower, then you get to add 10 to it. So the
Okay.
lowest you can get with a reroll is 11,
Then
which I think is nice and shiny.
and then do I use my 2 or my 5 toughness?
You're 5.
Okay, then actually 23 because I was 8 plus 10 plus 5.
Okay, gotcha. Awesome. So then roll an athletics check. You do slam into her. You hurt her. You are not. You hit in just the right way to where you don't take a lot of that damage back. You keep moving, so it's not a sudden stop that like jars your whole body. And then yeah, just an athletics or acrobatics check to land in a
I'll do the
not
light
bad way.
natural 20.
Okay,
Hell
you land
yeah.
and it looks great actually.
Hero
Um,
landing
Like
in
does a
that.
slide maneuver. Camera like tracks around the slide.
Beautiful. 10 out of 10.
I love the idea of like when you shoulder check her and keep going, like you're just flying in front of Quill, and she's like, "Wow."
Another one can fly. Wow. So there are so many choices on who has annoyed Death Magnetic the most in this, because there's someone in her face like distracting her and making her think she's gonna get punched by a bird person, and then she got shoulder checked. A shadow guy blasted at her. Like this is not her day. Wow, that is actually a really tough choice. But I'm gonna say, since only one of you actually did a -1 to her toughness, she turns to Slipstream.
Oh, really? Goodness
does
me,
indeed.
goodness my, crazy me.
What
I
are the
have-
odds?
Maybe I should have kept moving after. I had more distance I could have ran. Oh no. I could have
and-
left.
And I will say, you hear like the sound of metal being jarred free as one of the spikes outside of the compound gets like rips itself free, like half of it comes out and flies into the sky before dropping down towards you.
Evasion?
Not an area attack, unfortunately.
Big thing falling in an area.
Not that big.
Okay.
And this
It's very
is
pointed.
this is a 22 to hit you.
That will not hit.
All of you hear and see like dirt kick up really hard as one of these spikes just drives itself into the ground right in front of Slipstream.
Just
Um,
quickly back up.
Okay. Bad move, Death Magnetic. You had better options than that. Who's close to her? It's still Slipstream is still fairly close, and Quill. So you will get to use that evasion after all. Both Quill and Slipstream take a hero point, and then roll me dodge checks as a wave of magnetic energy bursts forth from Death Magnetic.
I have evasion as well.
Okay, yeah. If you have evasion, you can add. If you have 1 rank, you add +2.
I'm
If
using
you have
another
2
hero
ranks,
point.
Add +5.
I
You
rolled
mean
a
the
2
one
on
you
the
just
dice.
gave us?
This is a dodge, you said?
Yep. So evasion does apply.
Okay, I have 1 evasion, but
Okay.
even without that, it'd be 25.
Okay.
Right.
Or sorry,
and I
no.
add the
20
number that it says on dodge right there, right?
Yep.
I'm sorry, even more. 28 without the evasion. I'm bad at math. I'm so sorry.
You're good.
Right. So I got an 11. My dodge is 12. So I add that.
Yep. 23.
Okay. That's 23 plus the 2 from evasion, 25.
Yeah. Okay. So you two are able to kind of brace yourself for the blast of magnetic energy. Succeeding on the dodge check means for the toughness check you now face, you're only going against half of the DC that it would have been. So DC 20 check for the two of you, toughness.
Toughness.
Not
I
20.
just gotta
Sorry.
leave this tower. I gotta
No, it is
leave
20.
Go find
It is
something
20.
else to do.
Area attacks are really mean to speedsters, so yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Ugh. Oh my god, I'm doing math. My brain just whoop.
It's like the greatest villain
and
tonight.
I don't think I add anything else to that. And then I can only do like hero point to do defensive on my turn, right? I can't do it.
No, you can do it for taking a hit right now.
Yeah, I'd like to do that because I'm at 19 right now total. So
19?
that feels
Yeah.
easier to just add a little bit extra.
And Quill, what did you get?
I rolled a 13. I have an 8 for toughness. Oh,
Okay,
that's a
yeah.
21.
That's a 21.
I was
You
so
take
worried.
the magnetic burst, and then what did you get with your second one, Slipstream?
Oh, it would be a second one. I thought it would be like you just added like a defensive roll that you one of the
Oh no, it's
advantages
a
that you
it's a
use for hero
reroll
point.
for.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how much higher. There's not much higher I can roll. I don't have a great toughness.
Yeah.
Oh, that rolled so much. That's great. But I rolled 1 higher, which gets me to 20.
Exactly. Chloe.
Then you take it. Yeah, you get exactly the 20.
I've never
that you
seen a
need.
dice roll that much on a tray.
Just kept going.
Yeah, I
It's
was like,
keeping you in suspense, you know?
I know.
Yeah, I was about to say it knows dramatic tension.
Mhm.
So good job. I gave you points that you both spent immediately. So we're just
Yeah.
staying at a net even. Okay. It is about that time that from the churning metal, there is a loud crunch, and a giant 3-ton monster emerges, made of garbage and trash. This looks like what you've heard the original junk pile would look like. His eyes are also glowing purple, and he is sort of screaming in rage. He's not using words right now, but he's angry.
Hmm.
And he's going to charge towards... I'm going to roll a die on this, because he is... Okay. He's going towards Quill. This thing
go.
lumbers over towards you. I know, I was about to say Quill and Slipstream are highly targeted right now.
Just
Bring it.
Quill and her just running around, just
Evasive maneuvers. Zigzag.
This guy is not very accurate.
There's a move
but
for,
yeah,
like the evasion where they just grab each other hands and like both pull each other.
I
out of the
love
way,
that.
That's
respectively.
so there is a pile of garbage next to you, like another one that's really huge, and the junk pile that emerges from this pile suddenly like goes limp and falls apart, leaving the crushed form of that. And then that pile of trash next to you bursts to life as junk pile jumps bodies essentially and tries to slam Quill down to the ground with honestly a pretty impressive roll. Does a 24 hit your parry plus 10?
Parry plus 10. Oh, my parry's a 12. That's a 22.
22, okay, so he does hit you. Oh boy.
Anything? I don't think I do. Okay.
All right. Junk
Do
pile.
it. Hit me.
Oop, that's a little junk pile I'm looking at.
I dare you.
You dare me. Okay, let's do this. Roll toughness.
That's my worst one. Okay. I don't want to look, guys.
Oh, I was about to say, this whole group is actually a low toughness group.
Yeah. 15. My toughness is an 8. Math.
23. All right. Yeah, this thing's huge lumbering fists that are made of like basically a car door as the edge of his fist slams down into you, and you get a -1 to future toughness saves and are dazed, which means you only get a move or a standard action next turn. This thing is also trying to make you smell bad, like the one that threw trash at
God
you,
damn.
but was more successful. Yeah.
And he jumped from his big 3-ton body to a smaller one.
To another 3-ton body.
Okay.
He just like reassembled himself elsewhere.
Got
He
it,
just
got
has the flaw that when he teleports, he has to leave a body behind. Which is, it's pretty cute, in my opinion. The little junk piles all start running up to swing at... Actually, because there are flying creatures, they are going to try to take out Revenant. We're going to have like 4 of them throw garbage at you. The good news being they're throwing physical garbage at you, so there are 4 wasted attacks. One's gonna throw at Slipstream. Actually rolled bad enough that I'm gonna say he like takes basically a garbage can or like we'll say an old tire, and this one's gonna go throw it at you, and it stumbles and like throws it through one of its allies. It crushes that one. And then one gets a 25 to hit Slipstream.
That just hits.
Hold on, I may have lied. I have to check little junk piles accuracy compared to big junk piles. No, it's a 23 to hit you.
No.
Okay. Trash goes by you. One final one also misses at you. But they are like starting to approach, and then from the tower another little junk pile emerges, cobbled together. Yeah, so there's a factory of these. It's also you can see that it's the tower that's doing this, but it is under Death Magnetic's control. And the hits just keep coming as it is Speck's turn.
Wow, I got a turn. So he's hanging on to like a top of like a light pole, and he's kind of pulling himself up, taking a look around at everything. There's this giant monster now. There's a lot happening. Can I use assess to see what is going on with Death Magnetic and these towers and the purple glow?
Yeah, I'll allow it. I know I'm supposed to roll insight for that, but I don't wanna. Can you roll it for me?
I don't know. I've been rolling pretty bad, didn't I?
That may be why I wanted it.
Well, that's rude.
She's very easily read. I rolled badly for her, so.
Got a 26.
26, so I can give you some information. Typically for assessment, you get information about their defenses and attacks. I'll do that in kind of a roundabout way. The environment around here with the force field and everything seems to be empowering her as well. They're like feeding each other. So you can tell that her defenses, with how she's blocking with the metal, but also the little force field around her, it would be diminished if you were able to stop the other force field. The other thing you can tell is that with the way the flashing eye thing went, she is basically, to get very gamey with you, she's using a move action every turn to control junk pile's actions.
Okay, that's what I was getting that. I was thinking that. Okay. How do I deal with these force field satellite things, right? Because she ran at it and then bounced off of it because of the force field.
Mm-hmm.
So Bertram's gonna hop up to one of them, just kind of leap over to it.
Okay, so you are now in the area of it. I have a question for you.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Would you like a shiny hero point to say that the strange telekinetic and magnetic energy in this area is messing with your bracers that give you the power to shrink?
This feels like a real bad time to lose.
It
my
is your call.
powers.
It is. That's what the hero point's for.
I like the hero point.
It is your
I
call,
like
though. This is
that
for taking a power
concept.
away. I always give the player the option because it's their narrative for how their powers work. So, and you don't have it as a specific complication that a magnet could do this. So, is this one of those weird instances where a power works strangely on panel and then fanboys discuss it for years? Oh my God, they nerfed Speck.
Man.
Sorry. Oh my Kate, they nerfed Speck.
I'm gonna roll a die.
Okay.
I can't decide. Well, that was a natural 20, so I'm gonna stay shrunk.
Okay. The bracers, as you jump there, start like having a weird hum and kind of heat up, which is weird, but they're still functioning normally. You can tell there's like, I mean, magnets haven't done anything to this before, so there's a little more than just normal magnetism at work here. So it
Right.
does give you that hint.
Okay. So, am I able to like just push through this force field, like walking to it slowly, or like what is powering this force field?
You can't tell what's powering it exactly, but yeah, you can slowly walk through it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that, and then go. Kind of get into. I assume these things are like the junk people, right? They're like just junk all put together, and they've got like just held together by whatever power holds them together.
Yeah. A combination of magnetic energy from Death Magnetic, and then yeah, Junk
How
Pile
big?
is a psychic being sort of trash.
Okay. How big is this?
This tower?
Oh yeah, the little size. Is it the main tower that I'm at?
Yeah, this is the main tower.
Oh, so it's pretty big.
Yeah, it's like building size.
Hmm.
Knowing that buildings vary in size a lot, I just realized building size is one of the most useless descriptors of a thing. Like Bertram's house in size, but with some taller spires that have radio towers.
Okay. Can I try and like hit like some weak points to try and collapse it?
Yeah.
I can go kind of inside it and knock stuff over. That might be easier than just boomeranging it from the outside.
Yeah, well, do you want to like spend time looking for weak spots first, or just go in for the attack?
Could I use a hero point, get an extra action to spend time like looking for weak spots and then go at it?
Yeah, roll me a technology check.
I took technology last time.
Oh,
I got technology.
I know you did. It is as if I planned for at least one of you to have some of it.
Yay! When I leveled up, I took some technology because I was studying those suits I kept messing with.
Mm.
Can't wait till you make your own power armor.
20. Unnatural 20.
Unnatural
Sure.
20.
Oh,
So yeah, you're like making your way through here, and you can see like 20. Yeah, so you're able to like follow the lines of like wires and everything. This looks very like cobbled together, but also it's kind of brilliant. The fact that someone could make a functioning like factory tower out of this.
yeah.
Because she is a little bit genius. If she weren't so mad. But you are able to kind of like dig down deep within and find what is essentially a power source for this.
Awesome. That's what I was thinking.
And it would shut the whole thing down. You can tell from where you are that this thing is absolutely like humming with energy and has like a force field around it. And you kind of got that vibe from the coat, like the wires and everything around it. Those seem weaker than the core itself, but yeah.
Well, if it's the
If
same
some-
kind
yeah.
of force field, right?
Yeah.
So I could just pull my boomerang out and then just slowly kind of go up at it and just push it in.
Yeah, you can try. I don't know if you're strong enough for this.
I'm
but we
gonna
can see
do
what
it.
happens. Do it.
I'm gonna do it.
Do it. Do the
You
thing.
got.
I'll use a hero point to increase my strength if I need to.
Oh, wow. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. If that helps me, I'll do that.
I'll say it wouldn't appreciably help you. I'll let you hold on to that hero point.
Okay. In whatever way is helpful, I'll spend a hero.
Yeah, I'll get you to actually just roll strength here.
Strength.
Yeah,
I'm no good at
Easy.
that. I'm small.
you are no good at that.
But that's a good roll. That would be an 18 total.
18 total?
Yeah.
Okay. You kind of like push into it, and it's like pushing away from you at the same time as this. Like it's clearly trying to resist what is happening here. But you're able to like hit, like it finally gives a little, and you feel it hit, but like with how much you had to push through to get to it because the active force field, it just doesn't have enough like kinetic force to crack anything or yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which
Okay.
is quite the conundrum.
Mm.
There's a character named Conundrum. He's not present for this. Spoilers. We do circle back around to Quill.
Nice. So, what did you say Dazed did? Just double checking.
It means you have only a move action or a standard action.
Right. And I was up by like Night Lady and then got swatted down essentially by a giant trash.
Yeah, I'll say since he
arm.
didn't actually knock you prone, you kind of were able to recover enough to still be where you were. If his attack had
Okay.
like to
No,
knock
I
you
was
prone,
just
then yeah.
double checking where I was at because I have plans for either way. You know? What I
Okay,
mean?
yeah, go with whichever plan you prefer.
But if I didn't get knocked away from them, that I have to use my move, then I will. Because I was just gonna chuck something at the yacht. Then because I did faint, which means they are vulnerable.
Yep.
So I do want to make use of that. But
Yeah.
if I'm close enough, then I am going to just go ahead and attack. Oh man. Okay, we roll. We roll. We roll. If I am dazed, can I still use a power attack?
You absolutely can.
Lovely.
And her being vulnerable means I cut her active defenses in half before I add the 10. So
Oh.
she's pretty easy to hit right now. Ish. I won't tell you exactly how easy, but yeah, she's easier than she was to hit.
So I rolled a 9, but I have a 12, making it a 21. Minus 2 is a 19.
19, that hits.
Nice.
Thanks to her being vulnerable. Brought her down.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do, essentially, because I got kind of smacked and then just had to flap a whole bunch to even stay, where I was. And I see a form still sort of in front of me. And so I lunge at it, and this is just for flavor, but I grab her, and that's why I can hit them, and I'm just kicking at her with my feet, with my little taloned feet, as my wings are flapping and keeping me afloat. But the reason I can hit her is because I like grab
Yeah, hold her.
she's wearing. I'm just like
That
with
makes
my-
sense.
in my foot.
Okay. And is this your unarmed, or is this actually with your talons for the attack?
That is with my unarmed, so it's more like a kick than
Yeah, not
a
your
swipe.
claws. Okay.
I
cool.
figured because she's armored and my talents do like slashing, it wouldn't be as useful as like kicking her as a bludgeoning.
Gotcha. So what is the damage on your unarmed?
What do I?
In your offense section, it should have unarmed and then a DC.
Oh, DC 23.
DC 23. Okay, you start slamming into it. Like, yeah, she couldn't get away from you. Obviously, she was off balance from your attack. You got hit, but you just kept staying in her face, which surprises her. And yeah, you start landing these blows on her, but like basically as you're hitting, a little piece of metal comes up each time and like cushions between her and the armor, so it just gives that little extra, and she is taking these hits with an excellent roll.
Yeah. But yeah, that's gonna be me since I can't move.
That's true. That's true. Okay, we are back to Revenant.
All right, I'll let my shadow attack the shield again.
Okay.
He rolled a. I have to scroll down to him. He rolled a 22.
Roll the 22. That hits. Oh no. I rolled really bad for the toughness of a force field. That's the thing it's supposed to be good at. This thing like flickers really hard. You can tell that it's like starting to give out. There's a lot of power coming to this to keep it running. Bertrum, like right after you pull the boomerang free, because it barely anything happened, you see the energy field around it dissipate and then reform. Like someone on the outside damaged it enough to where it blinked out. But yeah, it's not quite out, but you can tell that it has been messed with from the outside, and you did hear the attack happen. Like, not the attack because it's a weird silent shadow monster of doom, but you heard crunching from from it kind of shaking the foundations. All right, and then Revenant, what are you doing?
I'm gonna look down and be like, okay, you guys, hold here. Just for a bit. And then I will do a trying to remember, I think it's a power attack. Yeah, a power attack on the shield.
Oh,
Hopefully
okay.
I will. And I'll do the full 5.
Hell yeah.
Okay, that moves through. 17 plus 8. 25, 20.
20. Okay, yeah, that's enough to hit. And with a pretty bad roll, there is another like flare of the purple energy around this. And it Bertram, you see that the energy field dissipates once again. You can hear a hum like it's trying to recharge itself. But for now, it's off. The energy field disperses, which means Death Magnetic's power is just slightly dampened. mechanically, for those interested, she was using this to generate her own favorite environment, and now it's gone. So she was getting a circumstance bonus from that, and yeah, that has disappeared, and now the power source is vulnerable for this turn.
Can I see the power source from where I'm at?
No, it is deep within with
That's
Bertram.
what I figured. Then
But
I will...
you do see the that would also mean the towers, like the satellite dishes, are now vulnerable too.
Okay. I think we have scarier things than towers. I have my shadow that can help with that next time. I will do extra effort. And how many of the little trash golem thingies are clustered together?
I would say the ones that all took aim and threw things at you, there were like 4 of those clustered together.
Okay.
There's a total of 9 of these right now because the tower... Actually, there's 8 because one of them destroyed his friend. So there's 8 because the tower pooped out another one, and then one died. So there's 4 that you could hit with a burst.
Yep, I'll do that just to try to limit...
All right. Extra effort.
By 1,000 needles. Oh, that's right. I don't roll anything on this one. This is you.
Yep, this is all me. They get to roll defenses. Good job, one of you.
No.
Good job. 3 of you. What is the DC on the toughness? I did the dodge, and 3 of them actually succeeded on a dodge, which is...
Oh, okay. That
actually
one
wild.
is... the DC is a 23.
23? Okay, so 3 are going against 19. And 1 is going against the 23. Okay. The one that failed is the only one that gets destroyed in this shadow. He was kind of at the epicenter of where you threw it. It burst from there, and he just went to pieces. And the other one survived. You hear Quill, you can hear them say... They all speak in unison at this point. Junk pile, not happy.
I'll just kind of look down and go like, should have been better.
You don't understand what it says.
I'm just saying, like, I didn't see them all explode, and that's very annoying.
True. Right? I could have done better.
And I'll use a hero point to take away the fatigue.
Okay. Quill, you can get a reflexive insight check upon hearing the one say that... them all say that they're unhappy with the current situation. I have no idea how insightful Quill is thinking of it. I didn't memorize your sheet.
We can't hear you. You're muted.
Oh, not me. Okay.
No. We can hear you. Muting.
Yeah. I got 17 on the die, and I'm scrolling to see my insight. +8. Math.
Oh my gosh.
25.
25. You can tell that the junk pile that hit you is also not happy about this situation. Like, it hit you, it's very angry about the situation that it's in, not at the people it's attacking.
Oh.
Yeah, can't control.
Okay. See, and now this goes to something interesting. When she saw Junk Pile's eyes flash purple, Quill assumed they were together, like doing a thing. And so now with this kind of revelation to her, it's like, oh no, he's kind of sort of being held here against his will. Like and he has a flashback.
He's got these big old eyes that are like an old bug car, those little round headlights. That's one of its eyes, and then the other one's little. It's got
very
one. Yeah.
Wally coded.
I'm so sorry. Continue with the flashback.
And so when Quill realizes, like, oh, it doesn't want to do this, and it's being made by the lady with the purple eyes, she has a flashback to their very last fight, where she was also kind of attacked in her mind, and it was Quill's first time dealing with anything that can, take over your psyche, and remembers how much that was so awful, just not being in control of herself, and so that just gives her a little extra purpose to end this lady.
I like it. I like it a lot. I actually feel like there's a quiet motivation that's like becoming part of your complications slowly in the story here. So that could be a fun one to add to the sheet where you just don't like seeing people controlled. So yeah, as that kind of sparks within you, I'll give you a hero point because there's some character stuff going on there. And that brings us, that was Revenant's turn. Oh, sorry. Slipstream, we're back to you.
Okay. Kind of looking between like, oh, shields down, but junk pile. Shields down, her, junk pile. Oh no, too many things to do. But it's like, junk pile hurt Quillek really bad, and so she's gonna, the big 3-ton junk pile. She starts moving down and just tries kind of thinking, like, she's like, I don't think this is a you situation, and is like, just let me bring you out of here. I can take you away so that you can't hurt people for at least a while before we take care of her. As I start to make a tornado around him to try and pick him up, and it picks up exactly 3 tons.
Does it really?
Yeah, it says on my sheet.
Incredible. I will give you
love
a
it.
free persuasion check on this.
Okay.
But it'll be at a -5 since, yeah, you're doing the thing. But if you convince him, he will lower his strength to resist your move action, your move object. Because he's very strong.
24 minus 5, 19.
19. Wow, good roll. Interesting. So yeah, he's going to purposely take a negative on his strength check to avoid this. What is the rank of your move object?
7.
7? Okay. I think even lowering his strength. He's not fully in control of like being able to choose to fail completely.
Yeah. I'm trying to get to inside. I know he's conscious.
He's battling with himself here. Said 17?
Yeah.
You can feel him like try to like let himself be lifted up, but like he's kind of planted a little bit, like his legs are rooted down. But you've moved him from hostile to you specifically to like indifferent, so future rolls are gonna make it easier for him to try to, yeah, he's battling between two things. One is what he wants and one is what Death Magnetic is doing through him. That moves us to Death Magnetic.
Oh, before, could I have,
Oh.
I was going to try and use a hero point to be like, okay, so take care of her quick. To use extra effort to take another action with a hero point.
Oh yeah, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna move right up behind, trying not to hit Quill, like get a little bit of a distance and just clap at high speeds to try and break the sound barrier behind her.
Okay, yeah, I'd say you'd be able to position yourself in the right spot. This is your it's the Fortitude attack?
Yes.
Okay, what is the DC there?
I believe it was 14 to take half, but the first one is 23.
23,
I don't
okay.
know which one
so,
you need right now.
The 14 is the one I needed. And then 23. Okay.
Or sorry,
Ooh.
17. DC 17.
17.
You gave a trash pile an existential crisis.
Good job.
Just realized that.
I will have to share a picture of Junk Pile from this book.
Mhm.
He's actually super cute to me.
Oh.
Not to everyone, but yeah. So you do this clap. Is it a damage or it is?
It is affliction.
Okay. What is the first degree of it?
First degree is
Ooh.
that's third.
I was like,
Days.
I was like, it is not incapacitated. Okay.
Days is the first degree.
You successfully daze her.
Sorry,
That's
incapacitated was right in the middle of the page, so.
it is very interesting that you dazed her actually, because she uses a move action to control Junk Pile. So now she has to choose between that or doing her own attacks. Well done. Yeah, you have dazed Death Magnetic. Unfortunately, it goes straight back to her turn, and you're always the last one to mess with her before her turn.
No, it's a living.
she kind of watched what went down between like you trying to take it, and she very angrily says, "Don't steal my toys," and does a big magnetic burst again, hitting you, hitting. She's extended this burst a bit. Or actually, let me see how big her burst is. Because I can't just
He's
not.
his own person.
Yes, he is.
They're their own junk pile, okay?
Junk Pile's cute. Junk Pile's one of those that I could definitely see a hero team adopting as a weird pet that doesn't do anything useful and kind of makes more trouble than he's worth. But
I certainly didn't already
Precious.
consider getting a tiny
Yeah.
junk pile to hang around.
Okay, so Revenant.
Listen,
Yes.
For funsies, and because I didn't have a map, I'm gonna go ahead and say you're in this burst as well.
Sure.
So is Junk Pile. She doesn't care. She hits Junk
Aw.
Pile. She hits the
Junk
three of you.
Pile?
Doesn't care. Junk Pile's under her control. Like, who cares? She's the worst. Why am I rolling? All of you roll dodge. I was like, I don't do this attack. Oh. Junk Pile fails his dodge, y'all. I'm so sorry. He aces his toughness like it was nothing.
Ugh,
Rolled a 19.
I didn't roll well.
19?
God.
28.
Okay.
You know?
18.
18? Okay. So, Slipstream, I need you to do a DC 20 roll for toughness. The other two of you, I need you to do a DC 26
Ooh,
toughness
Ooh,
check.
That's rough, man.
right?
I'm gonna
That
do-
means I need to roll an 18 or higher.
Oh, wait. What did, sorry. Yeah, you got less than 21 for your dodge, right? Okay, yeah. So it's 26.
Oof.
18!
Yeah, this is,
I need it!
Hey, nice.
I need it.
I'm gonna use another hero
I'll
point.
start calling things out. Like, damn,
it
I rolled a
seems to be
natural-
working for you.
it worked.
Yeah. I rolled a natural 20, so I have a 28 in toughness.
Ah!
Damn.
Okay.
right?
I failed by 1, 19.
Oh,
19. The one
And I
who
don't
dodged
think I
takes
have.
another.
I think I've already used my +5 circumstance bonus. So.
You did indeed.
Mhm.
So yeah, is that with your -1 you already had?
Oh my gosh, I have a -1.
Oh,
So I
correct.
don't meet it. I am one below.
Oh,
Wow.
no.
So with one below, you take another -1, and so do you.
Mhm.
But it's okay. Y'all are making a lot of progress here. I think it's gonna be okay. Junk Pile. Oh, this is sad. So Junk Pile, having
Oh.
not been commanded, but is acting like summons do, where they just follow their last command again until lumbers up, and you can see its eyes flicker a little bit with sadness as it brings its fists down to hit Quill one more time.
I know he's like trying to like knock me out, but can we take him with us?
No, I agree.
We put him. We
Pile.
make him a body where like his torso it's a soda can, and then
Yes.
little arms.
Yes, just a tiny little junk pile. that
Yeah.
hangs.
So Junk Pile lifts its fists towards you and like brings it down, and it crashes like it should have hit you, but basically he like lets that part of his arm that would have slammed into you dissipate when he did it, so it looks like he hit you, but he actually missed you entirely because the dice decided he got a nat 1 and he just misses you completely, and we'll say it was by choice, as he
Ah,
a little bit
I
of his
love
will
that.
comes through and he just slams near you but not at you, and Death Magnetic curses under her breath and says, "This damn pile of trash is defective."
Who would have thought?
Perfect.
Okay, that was Junk Pile. Now the little Junk Piles continue what they're supposed to do. So
Oh my
there
gosh.
are
We could each have our own.
there's 4 of them left. For the fun of it, I think one of them like disappears, and Bertrum, a tiny little trash golem, comes together. This is essentially Forky from Toy Story,
Oh,
and it's gonna try to fight you.
hey, little
So
guy,
this is
what's
tiny
going
little
on?
one.
Hey,
and its job is to
hold on.
stop you from hurting the battery.
Let's not fight here. Let's not fight here.
Wait,
And yeah,
how big are you when you're little? To get a sense of. 'Cause I don't think I've heard.
How small does my power let me go right now, Claude?
I'm checking it.
Doesn't it just say like less than an inch? Or
I
Oh,
really
no,
wanted
my
to
hero
see
luck
how
punch.
you like stack up against Forky.
I think you. I think
height-wise.
you can be less than an inch right now. Like
If
I
you
think
wanted
you're able to.
to.
Yeah,
like
I don't know
less-
how small you chose to get.
like
If
less
you're
than an
using your
inch right
boomerang-
That's
Okay.
cool.
Well, the boomerang shrinks too. But yeah,
Yeah. So
I
this is a
mean,
little
how
piece of
how
garbage.
big's the power core, Claude?
It's like the size of a large human's fist. Why do don't ask me to size
Then I'm
things.
probably like this
I
tall.
say a building or a person, and neither.
I
of
say
those
I'm
are
like this tall. You see?
that tall. Okay.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, there's
Like
a junk
an inch.
pile that's this tall. This is gonna be the worst radio when it's on podcast.
It's like a
It's-
little over an inch.
It's like twice as tall as you. So this thing is like, it doesn't actually look like Forky, but it is a bunch of garbage that's like roughly human shape, and it actually. What is your parry?
It could be made out of my phone that I threw away earlier.
I would say he's not, but that's
I
really
know.
funny.
Parry is 5. So yeah.
15.
Yep.
Okay. This little thing appears next to you and just pops you right in the face. With a successful punch in the nose. Roll toughness against the smallest junk pile, whose strength has had to be so like whittled down to make this
Thank
work.
goodness. You said toughness.
Toughness
22.
22. Yeah, you've taken a punch before. This was a DC 17, and yeah, the little
head
thing
kinda
just
hurts.
pops you. Yeah, your head goes back, and you're a little surprised because it's just like, yeah, it's like rubber bands and stuff that hit you in the face, and like I'll actually say the fist in this was like a almost completely like reached the core Tootsie Pop. Hits you in the face, so it also kind of like when it pulls away, it's a little sticky, like yeah. And it was chocolate.
How many licks you got left?
Oh my god, the panel of you being like, I can take a lick. It's you like squaring up to box a little piece of garbage with a fist with a lollipop.
There's
okay.
like a rotten apple as reference to show the size of everything in the background.
There, yeah. Wow. This is a waste. The one that goes after Revenant throws trash, so it grabs. Oh, I don't know why I went with this, but it's the those old telephone toys. I think I'm just in Toy Story mode. That's the problem. That's like
With the
faded
eyes
and
that
everything.
go-
Yeah, with the little thing. It like swings it, so it's like flying end over end with the cord stretched out. And it gets a natural 20. Which doesn't matter because it floats through your body. Like, why did it have? That would have to be yours. One goes for Slipstream. I know enough to know that a 9 is not going to be enough. And then Quill, another miss. Wow, I have a feeling Junk Pile's just not. His heart's not in this, and the dice have decided to reflect that. And that
Apparently
brings us
he's into
to.
punching me.
It does like hitting you, but you're fine. You're fine. It had to get so small to do that it just doesn't matter. It is your turn though now.
Okay, I'm just kind of rubbing a bit of that off of me. I'm like, all right, listen, junk pile, I don't want to hurt you right now. I'm just gonna do this other thing, and I go.
It
I
looks.
walk.
It looks at you, but it has no real face. Looks at you. Looks to the core. Looks back at you.
I walk up to the core, and I kind of reach my arms out to kind of grab it. And like, I tried to break this before my boomerang, and it didn't quite work. All those cords, cables, and such that are coming out of it, are they like breakable?
Yeah. Now that it doesn't have like a humming energy field around it, it's been shut down for a turn. Or
So I
actually
don't need
for
to even
a
worry
few
about
turns.
those cables right now.
No, you could break the core directly.
I'm gonna.
Although
But I'm
breaking an
gonna-
energy core could have.
I'm gonna
Repercussions
try and
too, yeah.
start breaking it, and
Okay.
like as I'm trying to like tear it apart, my bracers start doing that thing you described earlier, where they're getting kind of warm and feeling weird, and I start growing. And I'm gonna use a hero point to do a power and give me a rank in growth.
Okay. So even bigger than normal Bertram size?
Yeah, bigger than normal.
By one rank.
By one rank.
Wow.
As I'm just trying to like.
I was about to say,
break
you
it.
could actually do much more than that if you wanted, with if you're power stunning, you're shrinking into something else. So with growth 1, you don't actually go up growth size.
What's that
It would
thing you
take
talked about? How? Okay.
4. It'd be growth 4.
What was
to
that thing
actually-
you were describing that I could do?
Oh, you could. I mean, oof. You could go to like. I was about to say building size again. You could be like multiple floors high. Like if you flipped entirely, you would get like growth 16, which is kaiju.
Oh, can you just?
Kaiju Bertram.
Can you just flip it with a hero point?
Yeah, you would take growth as the power stunt to your shrinking and spend the same amount, but on growth.
Oh. I'll do that, but not go that big.
Okay, just bigger than normal person size, like a.
Yeah, maybe like
12
8 or
feet
not-
tall?
I'll do 12 feet as I'm
Okay.
growing inside of this small thing.
Yeah, you actually like start
Wait.
poking out of it. You all hear like stuff starting to tumble from this, and yeah, are you crushing the energy core, or what's the?
Yes, I'm trying to crush the energy core, and I guess as I'm growing, maybe break this tower. That it might
Okay.
do some damage to the satellites or something.
Yeah. Cool. Roll your strength. When your growth goes up, so does your strength. So you have. Since we went growth 4, basically with this, you would have 4 plus your normal strength to squeeze this.
Okay. I'm going to use my +5 that I got earlier as well.
Okay.
And turn that into a 25.
All right. As you grow, you crush this thing. You can feel it like kind of pulse, like it's gonna explode, but it has crushed in on itself. It does heat up like kind of a lot in a worrying way, but then like fizzles. Yeah. It stings a little, but it's not gonna be a problem for you. And you, you basically punch your way out of this to get out of the tower as parts of it are starting to crumble. And yeah, there's now a like 12-foot tall Bertram sticking out of the tower.
That's new.
I'll say you haven't destroyed the satellites doing this, but they are very compromised.
Can I use my extra effort
To go for one?
to like use the rest of the tower to like bring down one of the satellites?
Yeah, I like that. Just pushing off one of the edges of it,
Yeah.
basically. Just give another strength check as you're
'Cause I'm
like
kind
just
of
pushing the
freaking
thing
out of
apart.
it.
Yeah, I was about to say, what does it feel like? You've never actually gone the other direction with your shrinking powers.
I don't like it. Feels weird. I'm really tall. Bertram normally at normal height is 5'4". He's not used to being taller than really most anyone. And now he's
Notably,
taller than everyone.
you are still smaller than Junkpile.
That's fine. That is,
Actually, he's growth 4 too, but he has a special feature that makes him 3 tons. So
Yeah.
he's pretty bulky.
nice for him. I got a 23.
23. Okay, yeah, you crash, and one of these things goes down. The satellites specifically, there's a couple, but this satellite, I will say, is the one that was allowing her to control the little junk bots as a free action. So now it would cost her a move.
Oh,
It was amplifying
cool.
her ability to control them. This is not good for her.
Good
We have
job.
circled back around to Quill.
All right, so she's zoned in, like this lady. How dare?
How very dare.
How very dare. And so they're going to. I keep at it, yeah, because I don't have to. I'm already close enough. To do like close attack because I had flavored like grabbing onto her.
And your days wore off after the first turn that you had it, so now you're back to moving if you needed to.
And yeah, I would have like picked her up and dropped her from a really tall thing, but she can move and float and stuff, so that wouldn't have worked. I'm going to go ahead and do unarmed attacks at her again. That is a 17 plus 12.
17 plus 12 is a hit.
Nice.
Math. And then DC's 23 again.
23. All right, she takes an. Ooh, I have to do a thing. Okay, still not as bad. So she's at another -1 and dazed once again. So she is stuck with a move or a standard,
Nice.
which sucks when it's all built around having those free. Yeah, because she lost her free action. Yeah, so her move action choice is either to move, attack, or make junk pile, or the little guy's attack. So yeah, her options are dwindling at this moment, and that brings us to Revenant.
Seeing the really, really tall Bertram now, I'm assuming he probably has the satellites under control now.
Certainly looks that way.
I will do my favorite little stunt and have like the light around me kind of grow, or the disappear, I guess. The shadows grow around me, and everybody can hear the whispers that are in my head, but they're kind of focused on her, and I'll do the it moved. Startle.
Okay.
With intimidation.
All right.
Which... Oh, intimidation's the other way. Let's see. Intimidation. So I did 26.
26. Okay. You have thoroughly frightened her. Sorry, I have to check what this one does again. The actual...
This makes her vulnerable.
Vulnerable. Okay.
Nice.
She
And
may
then
have failed
I
enough
will
to be
use
more
a-
than that.
Extra effort
Okay.
and power attack.
Gotcha. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Oh, dang it. Well, that dice flew into the trash. Okay.
It's on theme.
So that wasn't a great hit, but thankfully she's vulnerable. Let's see. 23. That down is 18.
18 to hit?
Yep.
Oh yeah, because vulnerable. I was like, oh no, you didn't, but you definitely did. All right, and DC 27, right? Oh, you're power attacking.
Yeah, the power attack with 5 is 32.
DC 32. Ooh. Ooh. Ouch! 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 -2. Okay. She is incapacitated by this, but because I like villains to be very villainous, the blast. Whoa, so sorry, I thought that was really loud. I got feedback from that.
Kate's gonna be
The
mad
attack-
at you.
The attack hits very, hits hard, and she falls. You can see that she was mentally also holding some parts of that tower together after Bertram was popping out of it. So it starts collapsing kind of on top of him, but he's probably tough enough to be fine. It's not falling from super high anymore. So, yeah, he'll probably be fine. The little junk piles around you all lose their form,
Aww.
as she is no longer able to make junk pile have those, because those are all junk pile just spread throughout the city. Yeah, she falls and she like spits blood. And then she took a really heavy hit. The metal on her cracks, and she holds her hand up to her eyes, up to her head, and her eyes flash purple. And yeah, she's like, just so you know, because I hate seeing you heroes gloat after the fact, I did just tell whatever little junk piles are out there to start attacking anyone in their area. And then she doubles over and passes out.
Rude. I'll quickly text Lance, like tell him, like, we took the big bad, but be careful or take out all the rest because they're gonna go rampage.
Yeah, he said it looks pretty bad here. The big one is there now. He's no longer any purple around him. Looks really confused in the area, but is kind of glaring at Death Magnetic.
I ask. She's making all the people you made hurt everyone. Is there any way you can stop that? It's the last bit of control she has over you, is she's making you do this when it's not you wanting to do this.
Kind of tilts his head to the side and like brings up a big like hand of garbage and then like scratches its chin like it's trying to figure out exactly what you're saying to it. And then it looks like he's focusing really hard. He makes a bunch of weird noises, but Quill, you understand. He says, no more little junk piles.
Oh, he said he took care of them.
That's great.
Can Lance confirm with that? Can your...
Yeah, I'll text Lance and like, I think we got it handled. How's it looking?
It looks like all of the ones we were fighting with collapsed. There have been some civilian injuries, but nothing super serious. No casualties confirmed. Junk pile lumbers over and is looking at Bertrum because Bertrum is like the only thing close to his size that is moving, and he's just staring at you.
Hey.
Puts a big like hand on you, and then pulls away. He's just looking. He's just curious.
I'll put my hand on him, and then pull away.
Oh.
And he does it again.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll let them explore.
I will. Yeah. I'll go up to it and, like, in its language, I suppose. He'll hear like, hey, can you go smaller?
Shakes his head no. He points at her on the ground and then does like a squishing motion. Made me small.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna.
Well, that's my dreams just shattered.
Look, junk pile will still be around. Maybe in the future we'll still see a
Okay.
return of junk pile.
Bertram's gonna lean over and pick up some trash and just offer it to him.
He just kind of incorporates it into him. Like he grabs it and it like just folds into the garbage. And then he like watches it go through.
Okay.
And then he puts his hand on you.
Um,
And then he puts
You
his
guys-
hand on Quill. Like just
Aw.
just pat, pat, pat. And it's like
sorry.
I was about to say it's weirdly squishy because it's basically like these are trash bags that are like resting on your head
Yeah.
right now. Like a palm. Just
Do you guys think we could, like, I don't want to turn him into the people you're gonna turn her into.
No,
No,
not
yeah.
at all.
we-
He's-
can
He's fine. Do you
can-
think
can he
Raven...
live here in the trash piles?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I
This
was
place
gonna
is
ask if-
big enough.
As long as he
Yeah.
doesn't cause trouble, I guess. Yeah.
Well, we
Mhm.
could have somebody like come by every so often to just check up on him.
I work pretty close to here, and
You
I'm
do?
here a lot for work. Yeah,
Nice.
my office building's right up the block or two.
as you point, you remember you forgot to take out the trash this morning.
Dang it. My office must be a wreck right now.
Oh no, there was probably a tiny trash.
All those
Like,
bagels came back to
goblin.
bite me.
No, no. Just trashed your place.
I was about to say your wife like had to beat up a mini junk pile while you were.
Oh,
It would have
work.
taken her. She would have done it so fast. It wouldn't have been a problem.
She just happened to have a clipboard on hand and she just smacked its head off and
Smack.
just kept going.
I'll kind of go to the side and call Lance and let him know that it was magnetic. That was the actual problem. Trash pile wasn't.
Yeah, he's like, well, I mean, standard procedures to try to contain junk pile as well, but we can come pick up. We can come pick up Death Magnetic. We do have cuffs that can block meta powers. So.
Okay, and I'll be like, just to warn you, Bertram's really big. It's okay.
The Speck? Question mark.
I'll send him a picture.
I'm like I'm like leaning right next to you right now.
Yeah.
Grant.
I think Quill has like flown up and is just perched on top of your head.
That's what it feels like.
And junk pile like is sitting next to you too. So like you're leaned down and junk pile's like sitting. You know how a kid sits this way, but I'm thinking of cats where like his hands are in the front and then his
Oh,
legs
yeah,
are on the
yeah.
side like a little kid. Yeah, he's just sitting like that next to you. He's just
So-
looking like he's curious. He's just.
I'm totally taking a selfie with all of
I was
us.
Like,
about to say, Slipstream was about to run in to take a selfie with the big whole group with Revenant flying, Keelek on the head of Bertrum who's standing and junk pile sitting down. Slipstream would like dash in and be like, okay, we gotta capture this moment.
And I think that would be the last little panel of this adventure. Knowing that Aegis is coming to take away Death Magnetic, I'd say you kind of resolved amongst yourselves to like we can just hide junk pile a little bit till they're gone. And yeah, the last thing is a selfie with just a very curious looking junk pile, like tilts his head at the camera, just right for whatever it happens. And yeah. Selfie obtained, and that is where we will end the adventure. I believe a voice from the heavens is going to announce a thing in this moment.
I mean, yeah, I'm here. I'm always here. But I
It
want to
worked.
hear from you guys first. Why don't you guys give me your little outros? Talk about yourselves. Celebrate you. You just had a great show.
There we
Let
go.
me
There we
start.
go. I will start. I have been your GM for this evening, who keeps clapping and rubbing his hands together way too loudly with a sensitive mic that I need to figure out. You can find me on Threads at Curly Insane Guy. I also am all around. I do some things with Green Ronin. I'm often on their Mumamo show in the comments talking. I am doing a show this Friday on Twitch, all by my lonesome, but I will be talking about the topic that they covered on Mutants and Masterminds Monday at Green Ronin. So you can follow my Twitch for that. It is this Friday at 2 p.m. PST, and I'll be making a super soldier on stream. So that's it for me. I will kick it to, let's go Yuri this time.
Oh, hi everybody. So I am Yuri, that is Yuri, pronouns she, they. Y'all can go ahead and find me at Yuri and the Beast absolutely everywhere. I will actually be here tomorrow playing Alice is Missing, along with a friend down there and our very generous god. Then I will, oh my gosh, I don't, because next week is a whole bunch of pre-recordings for some exciting things. It's going to be really exciting. I have 3 things, but I can't say anything, and it drives me mad. But with that, we'll say this was great. Quill definitely has some internal things to think through, and we'll see how that kind of shapes the way she goes about some of these fights from now on. Do I pass it around? Do you pass it around? I'm gonna pass it around to our once little but now very big friend.
Yeah, that was exciting. Hi, I'm Sam. I've been Bertrum Blithley, aka the Speck / not Speck. I don't have a good word for when I get big, so I'll think about that if I ever actually do it again. If you want to follow me elsewhere, you can follow me at Threads at sarver.sam. Is it sam.sarver? I don't remember anymore. But you can also follow me at Blue Sky at Comic Sam's 1. That's I do a lot over there with comics and a little bit of Warhammer and some TTRPG stuff. If you want to watch me do more podcasts or actual plays, every Monday there's an episode a podcast of The Written and the Lost, which I am a player on. It is a Pathfinder 2e fantasy actual play that comes out every week. And right now I am GMing a horror conspiracy Lovecraftian Delta Green campaign. It's a seasonal show, and season 2 is coming out right now every Thursday over on the Atomic Broadcasting Variety Hour. And Tasha, why don't you go ahead and keep it going?
Okay, my name is Natasha. You can find me at Natasha B Cosplays on Instagram or Natty Batty Games here on Twitch. Thank you very much for once again having me. I play Tally, aka Slipstream, your local speedster, who every day is trying to break more and more sound barriers, and I've calculated Mach 84 she can reach. It's crazy.
Wow.
I will also be here, like Yuri mentioned, tomorrow. So that's where you'll find me next, playing Alice is Missing. I'm very excited to play with some people that I've already played before and some people I haven't. We'll pass it down to Grant.
Hey, everybody. My name is Grant. At Naerdith, on most socials. Feel free to hit me up if you ever want to chat about anything. And yeah, I was playing Revenant. He got to actually not be a whole lot of trauma to this time, so that was kind of refreshing.
Isn't it?
So yeah, thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. It was a lot of fun.
God, do you have anything to
Yes.
say?
Oh, I always have things to say. Isn't it a wonder that I stayed quiet this long? Thank you so much for watching Superhero Shenanigans on my channel, Don't Kill My Character. I am Kate, aka Kate the Great Cosplays, but we're going to focus on Don't Kill My Character things right now. So first of all, I'm going to pull our winner from that giveaway. Thank you so much to Green Ronin Publishing for providing us with PDFs of the Basic Heroes Handbook for Mutants and Masterminds and the Reign of Cats and Dogs Adventure. Let's choose our winner. And it is Woohoo Freddo! Woohoo Freddo, congratulations on winning that giveaway. Keep an eye on your whispers and I will send you the links to redeem. Now then, let's talk about what's coming up next on the channel. As Natasha and Yuri pointed out, we have Alice is Missing happening tomorrow. And that is with Natasha, Yuri, myself, and Extel, who you may know as Leo King, aka Ember. That'll be a very fun one at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Then this Sunday, March 30th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, we have an Avatar game using the Avatar Legends role-playing system. It is Avatar The Last Airbender, The Last Stand. It is part of our Women's History Month celebration, DM'd by a Pluto Cleric with an absolutely stellar cast. Check out our Discord for that. And then, peeking into April, we have Superhero Shenanigans returning live on Thursday, again, the 3rd. We will rebroadcast this on Wednesday the 2nd, just to keep that Wednesday schedule going. And we'll be back to our Wednesday schedule starting the 16th for Superhero Shenanigans. But after that, we're also going to have Alexander Wright's Alex of Green Ronin Publishing, the creator of our beloved, possibly cute, junk pile, running a game of Mutants and Masterminds for us. So that's going to be Saturdays, April 19th and 26th. Keep an eye on the Discord for more details on that. And, of course, there are so many stories coming up because there are always more stories to tell. Thank you so much. Wave goodbye to me, cast that can be seen. Goodbye.
Bye.